Are you ready to become yourself? For years, dozens of people from all walks of life have turned to this one man, Leslie Tanner, desperate for the tools to reshape their life in our raised, godless world. Utilizing a unique blend of good-natured humor and brass tacks education, his innovative approach has helped innumerable people reach new levels of consciousness and personal power. Leslie Tanner, a controversial but selfless and massively influential figure, defies categorization. Since he and his life-changing program rose to fame, the expert class has desperately attacked him as a clown, snake oil salesman, or predator, attempting to silence him precisely because he is so effective at helping others become happier and more powerful in their own lives. From the most challenged, the mentally ill, handicapped, women, and mentally retarded, to the most successful athletes, entertainers, business owners, medical doctors. Regardless of your station, Leslie Tanner has committed his life to giving you the tools you need to transform your life. So, are you tired of being in near constant emotional and physical pain? If you could snap your fingers and have $1 million, would you do it? Is there a you buried deep inside whose power and will yearn to be expressed?
It's a whole life-changing program.
If they get half of what I got out of this program, they're going to have a much happier life.
It was fun. I really loved doing the program. I loved learning about myself. It was just amazing.
So if you have an interest in transforming your life once and for all, come along. I have so much to show you. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to call the number you'll see on the screen and speak to me, Leslie Tanner, directly. Together, we'll tackle the most critical issues related to unlocking your true individual power and reaching your fullest potential. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to Explorations. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor, privilege, and exciting gift for myself that I get to be with you all here tonight on Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie, host and founder of the most effective personal power program in the country. And tonight, we are taking a look at something that I get asked about all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, do not let it deceive you. It is not quite as simple as it looks. Tonight we're discussing good things are good on Explorations. Namaste, everybody. How is everybody doing? Wonderful to be with you. It's me, Leslie Tanner, host and founder of 41. To see that number is truly something. Little Miss Whatever, Namaste, Explore Entrepreneur, TPW, and of course we understand that means the program works. Namaste to you, Little Miss Whatever. Blessings. It's so good to have that energy right up at the top. Namaste and thank you. Not me, Schultz, to that single bit. You aren't sneaking by me with that, honey. You aren't sneaking by me with that, baby. Nope, sorry. I see that single bit before the mouse scurries in his hole. I will catch you. I will see you. Namaste to not me. Blessings. It is so wonderful to be with you. Like I said, guys, it's me, Leslie, as you know. It's me, Leslie Tanner, at that Tuesday night stream of the week, and it is such an exciting night of the week, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't it exciting to just know, we turned the corner from last week around the bend of the weekend, and here we are starting a new week of explorations. We are here, we're settled up, we're ready. Hopefully we've got our little refreshments. Hopefully we carved up a little bit, because tonight's going to be energy intensive. Ladies and gentlemen, we are exploring good things are good. Good things are good. And you might think, what, Leslie? Yeah, no duh. You idiot. Of course I know that. Good things are good. What are you going to say? Water is wet next? Walker's time. Walking Diners, 69 bits. Namaste, Walken. Thank you so much, brother. Walken, 69 bits. Very generous of you. And really special. Really appreciate that from Walken tonight. Namaste. Hopefully we get a little taste of your... Maybe, I don't know, I'm just pulling this out of nowhere. Maybe a Christopher Walken impression on a phone call. I don't know where I got that idea. Maybe we'll get a little taste of that. Namaste to Walken. Blessings. Wow, it is good to hear. It's good to hear my own voice. It truly is. I really enjoy it. Wonderful. Wonderful to be with you. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, tonight we are getting into Good Things Are Good. And the reason that we are... Borealis Black, good to see you so early on. And you know what has been triggered. Wow. But in the meantime, Borealis Black, explorer, entrepreneur. My hair is evolving into a mullet. The program works. Love to hear that, bitch. Love to hear that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Borealis Black chiming in on that rare early exploration with Borealis Black early on in the night. But you guys know what time it is. We're not messing around tonight. We are not messing around tonight. That's right. Namaste, everybody. Blessings. All aboard. Toot, toot. I'm seeing Guru is singing tonight. Hell yes, I hear that little tune he's saying. Namaste. Yes, I was filled with that moment with a melody. For some reason, the universe, you know my policy. You know my policy, ladies and gentlemen. If the universe is vibrating through me, who am I to say no? I must say yes. This entire program is based on that simple principle. I say yes to the universe. The program ultimately is about saying yes to the universe. If the universe tells me to sing a little bit like that, then I must forge the path forward. Yep, and watching him, mouthful of jazz, aspiring flug. Namaste to you. Great to see that energy. Pepperoncini, 3 bits. Pepperoncini coming in with 3 bits. Pepperoncini, namaste to Pepperoncini. Wow, thank you so much for that. Really generous of you, brother. Can't wait to see maybe we will a little more of that energy tonight. Pepperoncini coming in. Always, Pepperoncini, a very powerful explorer here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Somebody who has put the program to use into just the real minutia of his life, and really watch his life explode, blossom, explode. Imagine a thing exploding. Namaste. Al Vanguard, namaste, became a member level official explorer at AI Vanguard. Is that AI Vanguard or Al Vanguard? Middle Path at YouTube. Also good to see you. Wonderful to see you. Namaste. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are getting into Good Things Are Good. And you wouldn't think that that's as difficult of a thing to see. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as you put this program to work in your life, the most effective personal power program, as you put it into your life, personal power, what are you going to feel once you start working the program? Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to feel personal power. Namaste. Fluxstorm Zero, excited about the theme tonight. Feels relevant to the requests on the Devoted Light Forum. Fluxstorm Zero, you in fact did trigger this theme tonight. You in fact, and let it be known, if you're looking for a community to be a part of, my community of Devoted Light, indispensable. I love them. And tonight's theme is coming directly from their mouths. No, I'm saying Taku Flat. Taku Flat. Namaste, everybody. Blessings and namaste to you. Was that summertime? Yes, it was. Namaste to Fluxstorm Zero, identifying, the classic song "Summertime." Namaste, everybody. How's everybody feeling, though? How's everybody feeling? It's wonderful to be with you. Like I said, my name is Leslie Tanner, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner. And tonight, as you can see below the screen, we're getting to Good Things Are Good. So in a moment, when we open up the line and I speak to you directly and you speak to me as well directly, two-way street, that's what it's going to be. We'll speak to each other about, guess what? Good things are good. Good things are good. And ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a little bit of a little preamble about this. Now, the reason we're doing it tonight, Fluxstorm Zero triggered this one. Everybody thank Fluxstorm Zero in the chat right now for bringing this theme up to our attention this evening. And the reason that as soon as I saw this, I get this question all the time. I get this literally several times a year from explorers who have put the program to work in their life and are seeing the effects of the most effective personal power program in the world. Explorer, failed parent, and several Nindinu. Namaste. Nindinu sharing. I have only had good times on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, and when Leslie invited me to his house. Namaste. Thank you so much. Vixen Vina Guru, baloney is a good thing. We can talk about that tonight, Vixen Vina, because good things are good, and that's a very good point. I love a bologna. I absolutely I adore a bologna. I can't get enough of a bologna slice. You know what I mean? Especially, ladies and gentlemen, fried bologna. Have you tried fried bologna? It is so fantastic. I love it so much. It gives me such a spark, an energy, a joy. Cougar pie. Why does Leslie look like he want to fluke camp as a child to mid-teen? Interesting observation. Really appreciate that. Why does Leslie look like he want to fluke camp as a child to mid-teen? Well, you're not that far off. You're not that far off, Cougar Pie. I did, in fact, go to a camp. It was a jazz camp, though. I went to a big band camp in which the flute was being played, not by me. I do not know how to play the flute. I cannot play. I wish I did. I wish I had a flute. I've got some other instruments, though. You know what I mean? I've got some other things to toot on. But no, not the flute was never something that I it was never that high of a priority for me. Namaste. Went to jazz camp at ISU. I went to one it was in Missouri, called at Drury University. The Jim Widener Big Band Camp. The Jim Widener Big Band Camp. Namaste. Love, yeah. Derailed Freight Train really hitting the nail on the head, saying Leslie Tanner 100% baloney adore, and I am 100%. If there was more than 100%, I'd be eating that up if it was made of bologna. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. I love this stuff, though. You could fry it. If you don't want to go through all that trouble, though, stick it in the microwave and let it crisp up that way. Is it quite as desirable as a nice, genuine, old-fashioned fry, like a sear? No, it's not quite, but it does get nice. It does get nice in the microwave. And you can put it on a paper plate. You can put a slice of bologna on a paper plate and stick that in the microwave, and for like 30 seconds to a minute, depending on the strength of your microwave. Pepperoncini, any non-Mormon run jazz camp is an affront to jazz and God. Yeah, actually, so the jazz camp, this is a really good point, Pepperoncini. The jazz camp that I went to was we played jazz for maybe an hour a day, every day for a week. We played jazz for maybe an hour. And then the rest of the time, we just listened to jazz while we just really hit the books on that Mormon shit, on the Mormon stuff. I forgot, what's the book? It's like the Book of Latter-day Saints or something like. Isn't that it? Can somebody fill in the blanks for me? I forgot. I was super into Mormonism for a while though. First, Miles Davis being the gateway drug to Mormonism for a lot of young men. The program has made me a better man. Sorry, Dad. Pierogi University apologizing to a sort of father figure. Namaste to you. Really appreciate that. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Really appreciate that. Now, don't cut your bologna when you fry it. Let it get busy like Saturday Night Fever. That's really, well, here we go. Quick affirmation for women. Listen, if you find yourself with an iron deficiency, which a lot of you do, get a fucking thing of bologna and fry that up. There's a lot of iron in bologna, and that's a secret that doctors are trying to assassinate me right now for sharing. They're trying to assassinate me. They're trying to poison me. I'm Rasputin out here. They're trying to poison me. They're trying to drown me in a river. They're trying to shoot me. They're trying to play all these games with me because I will not shut the fuck up about how much iron there is in bologna. I simply will not stop. I can't stop. Namaste. So wonderful to be with you all. It's really good to be with you guys. Isn't the vibe tremendous in here right now? Isn't the vibe tremendous in here right now? Craigulators, blessings to Craigulators. Brother, 41 months, hitting 41 months, same night as Loomis, whatever. That's fun. The program works. Both saying listen, 41 months with both Craigulators and Loomis, whatever. And ladies and gentlemen, if the program didn't work, why the hell would they be here for 41 dang months? Why would that be the case? Why would that be the case? If the program didn't work, if what they were saying wasn't true, why would they be doing that? Why would they be doing that for 41 months? Namaste. Yahoo Serious, 500 bits, blessings. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Yahoo Serious, for delivering that beautiful little nothing for us tonight. This controller is so fucked up. Doesn't even make no damn sense. Blessings, but thank you so much to Yahoo Serious for that very generous 500 bits and also that very fat, pregnant nothing for us. Blessings. Love that. Namaste. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple points of order before we get to it tonight. Now, the moderation team and I are deliberating currently about our Explorer of the Month for July. Now, I know tonight is, technically speaking, the first stream of July 2025. And I understand that there might be an expectation. I almost said exploration. I say that word so much. I can understand why there would be an expectation. Communal vision real quick coming in from Loomis, whatever. My name is Leslie Tanner and my face looks like a butt. That doesn't make any damn sense, Loomis, whatever. So I don't know exactly what you're trying to get at. If that's a joke, then let's just say I don't get it. If that's a joke, I don't get it. Namaste, though, either way. Wow. All right, so like I was saying, guys, I would Craigulators, 5 community subs. Namaste to Craigulators. Beautiful, very extremely generous gift from Craigulators, who, you know, you can't reasonably expect that man to give any more than he has already given to this program, but he is here. He is cutting himself and he is bleeding himself out dry for the most effective personal power program in the country. Namaste to Craigulators for that. Blessings, brother. I love having you here. It feels so good to have you here. Now, as I was saying just a moment ago, Craigulators, I'm just kind of bowled over. Namaste, Craigulators, for that 5 community subs. Now, I can understand why there'd be an expectation, though, like I was saying just a moment ago. Ninja New, thank you, but way less thank you. Way less thanks than to Craigulators. Ninja New, thank you, but nowhere near the amount of gratitude for your gift of a single bit as I have for Craigulators and his 5 community subs. I just wanted that to be perfectly clear. I am much more thankful to Craigulators for the gift of 5 community subs than Ninja New or 7th Dragon Ball. Now, 7th Dragon Ball, I am twice as grateful to you as I am to Ninja New for your gift of 2 bits. But compared to Craigulators' gift of 5 community subs, it's not even close. Not even close. Oh, and Godspeed, 3 bits. Still, you're 3 times as much as Ninja New. A couple, 50% more than 7 Dragon Ball. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not even close to Craigulators right now. Nigel, 4. So Nigel Pennyweather, 4 bits. I'm 4 times as thankful than I am for Nindinu, for Nigel, and that gift. Then there's but then 7 Dragon Ball. I'm nowhere near. 7 Dragon Ball is half gift, and I am twice as thankful towards Nigel for that. Then Nigel Pennyweather, appreciate that. For Godspeed, you're less than Nigel. Nindinu more than all of those at 5 now. So Nindinu coming back out on top. Nindinu, I'm more than nowhere near Craigulators though. Godspeed 6 bits. Godspeed 6 bits. So Godspeed back on top. Godspeed, I am more thankful to you than 7th Dragon Ball, Nindinu, Nigel Pennyweather. Here we go. Stone Monster 400 and blowing everybody out of the water with 200 bits and a perspective. Gift tier list soon, Guru. Gift tier list soon, Guru. I don't know what that means, but I'd love to do it. Stone Monster 400. If you could clarify what that means, I would. I love if it's a tool that can get you. If it's a tool that can get you to the next level, then that's what we're gonna do. All right, that's what we're going to do. Namaste, Slowboy Whiteboard. Slowboy Whiteboard over at youtube.com. Namaste to you, brother. Good to see you. I just want you to know I see you, and I appreciate that you're here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, as I was saying, guys, I can understand that there would be an expectation that tonight would come with an announcement. Nindinu gifting 10 community subs. Nindinu blowing Craigulators out of the water. Nindinu's the man. Craigulator is yesterday's boy. And all those other names, don't even think about them. OM Godspeed, Nigel Pennyweather, trash. Nindinu's back on top. Namaste to Nindinu. Appreciate that. Brother Nindinu, namaste. Pepperoncini, thank you for that single bit, but again, it's not even close. Nigel, now here we go. Can we hurry up and announce Not Mish as our Explorer of the Month already? Now, 7 Dragon Ball, I don't know if you've been here when we've discussed this. Now, Craigulators, listen, 7 Dragon Ball, let me address it. That's not going to happen. She has a lot of work to do. Let's just say that. Not Mish has a lot of work to do. Half the time she comes in here and she's telling everybody to unfollow and unsub and claim fraudulent credit card charges and a really disgusting, destructive behavior. And that is simply not something that I am going to incentivize. It's something I'm not going to reinforce. As she comes here, she's attempting to be a part of the program. And I like to think of, I think of all of you as my children. And so I think of Not Mish as a child that needs, guidance in this respect. And that's simply not something I'm gonna incentivize. Namaste. Pepperoncini, thank you so. Fluxstorm. So Craigulators, let's go back. Okay, Craigulators giving 10 subs and really just knocking out of the park. Tied up with Nindinu with 10 community subs just a moment before that. But coming on top of that, right behind them. Now listen, you guys look like chump loser. Really pathetic compared to Fluxstorm Zero, who's now at 11 subs, gifting 11 subs. I'm thankful for Fluxstorm Zero on a level that doesn't even compare. On a level that doesn't even compare all those others. Namaste to you. Fluxstorm Zero making you look like little baby chump, like a midget that got too fat or something, Anyway. Craig gifted 15 total, though. That's true. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bring that to my attention. No, Craig's still on top then. Craig's still on top. And he got himself a sub. Let's remember that. We're at 26 subs. Namaste. Wow. Either way, though, guys, generous beyond words, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. Now, so the moderation team and I, Pepperoncini single bit, thank you a tiny bit. Namaste. 7th Dragon Ball, 71 bits. Thank you, 71 bits amount. Namaste to 7th Dragon Ball. 7th Dragon Ball actually went and got a batch of VHS tapes a while back for me. And he truly went above and beyond. I won an auction for free, not free, but they were blank. And, So namaste. Okay, wow. Affirmations for fellas. Listen, pick up the old basketball and go down to the court. Show everybody a thing or two. Namaste to Nininu. Affirmation for Craig. So that was for Craig. That little b-ball thing was for Craig. Namaste. Oh, so you watched him, 7th? So you got in there? Beautiful. I respect that. I respect that a great deal. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moderation team and I are deliberating on our current Explorer of the Month for July 2025. So this Thursday, we will be announcing our Explorer of the Month. And right now, guys, let me just tell you one thing. It's pretty much a runaway poll right now. I'm looking at it right now on Discord. There's a couple more hours. Not everybody has voted yet. Moderators, if you haven't voted yet, it's in the mods only channel. And right now, it is not even close. It is not even close. So when I make the announcement on Thursday, know that the name that I announced will absolutely just like took off and never came back as far as the race went. All right? It was not even close. Namaste. Now, okay, so let's explore the month. We did that. Quick little orders of business, and then we open up the lines, guys. First order of business, P.O. Box. Now, you guys know about it, but I'm going to keep talking about it because I absolutely love getting mail. We're going to do a mail on Thursday. We're going to be doing some mail on Thursday. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. Namaste. Thank you so much. Appreciate everything that you sent me. Little postcards, little packages, little envelopes full of weird little pictures that you get at the mall of strangers. German royalty. I know that's waiting for me, and I appreciate that. I'm excited to get this new batch. I got about 950 pictures of strange Hispanic teenagers from a photo booth at a mall. He picks up the extras at the mall and sends them to me, and I love them. And I love them. So if you ever come to the studio here at the Explorations HQ, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. It's going to be kind of alarming. I guarantee you that. Affirmations for fellas. Listen, once you get to the mall, the world is your oyster. Simply explore the products and find something that will make you happy. That was for men. That was a really good one. That felt really good. Namaste. Flying Vita. I thought it was Mish. Okay, Steve Harvey. Okay, Steve. You know, I played Steve Harvey in a play once. It was pretty powerful. Now, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, final little order of business. We are. Listen, if you find yourself impressed by the accomplishments and the progress that explorers are making through this call-in show, the landmark call-in show for explorations, there's never been anything like this call-in show. There have never been this many lives touched by a call-in show in the history of the world. And we're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. You are the rock upon which I build the future of explorations. But if you find yourself, at the end of the show and you're like, God dang, I wish there was more. I wish there were some more materials. I wish there was a podcast. I wish there were videos I could watch tonight. I wish there was a way to download all the music that's involved in explorations. I wish there was a way to get a monthly postcard from Leslie Tanner. Ladies and gentlemen, I have terrific news for you. Go ahead and click.
I killed a dog this morning and didn't feel a thing. Sometimes, though, I feel my apathy toward them becoming something else, something more libidinal.
Beautiful. Namaste. Thank you. Appreciate that. Now, as I was saying, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I just dropped a link in the chat right now. For my community of devoted light. Now, if you want those materials, you feel called, and you want to support this program in the most effective way possible, ladies and gentlemen, my community of devoted light at patreon.com is waiting for you right now. To access my growing library of exclusive materials, you can do that right now. More details about that later on, but I just want you to know, if you are interested and you want to begin your final journey, into my community of devoted light, type !final journey into chat right now for instructions of how you can join my inner circle at the community of devoted light at patreon.com. Namaste. Now, guys, let's open up the lines. Enough's enough. We need to talk about good things are good. Now, a little bit of a preamble. Tonight, we are going to get into something that seems simple. Seems simple, right? Good things are good. We are here to unlock our personal power. Quick Pepperoncini communal vision. Can't wait for this perspective. Thank you so much, Cheen. Fellow explorers, please clear the phone lines for walk-in. I need my Rick and Morty fix. So Pepperoncini making a sincere, honest, unsarcastic request of the community to everybody don't call. So let's be clear about this. Pepperoncini looking directly at Michaela and directly at Toaster, who are probably our most frequent first-time callers. So tell them to chill, let Walk-in call in and do his Rick and Morty stuff. Pepperoncini needs it on a personal level. Namaste. Now, as I was saying a moment ago, guys, good things are good. Now, common question that I get literally all the time about this program. Now, it doesn't take a genius to know that as you get started in this program, you start putting the tenets into work in your life. And you start seeing what this is all about. A lot of the time, it's about facing reality as it is and not the way we wish it was. Sort of not allowing ourselves to tell ourselves fairy tales about the world, about who we are, about what the world is. And this can be a very painful process, and this process can be defined, largely speaking, by being in pain, suffering. First tenet of the program, to relax, right? And what does that mean here at Explorations, to relax? Now, of course, many of us know relaxing here doesn't mean, lighting a little incense and kicking back. No. What it means here is to relax into ourselves as we are. Relax into reality as it is. And ladies and gentlemen, largely speaking, it's not good. You know that. You've been here for a while. And so let me tell you this. As explorers are experienced here, as many of you are, I see a lot of familiar names. As you are experienced here and you let this program into your heart, you realize, I've got to say yes to reality, and that means saying yes to a lot of bad stuff, a lot of very painful truths, a lot of very, really uncomfortable stuff. But after all, right, today, this program is about personal power. At the end of the day, it's about personal power. Namaste. Disciple, relax. Don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax. Don't do it when you want to come. Relax. Don't do it when you want to suck it. Chew it. Relax. Don't do it when you want to come. Namaste. Appreciate that, disciple. But in the spirit of personal power, a lot of the times we find ourselves harnessing a personal power, and we find ourselves in a position maybe of pleasure, maybe of joy, maybe of control, maybe of strength, maybe with a renewed sense of purpose, maybe with a little more money in our bank account, maybe with improved relationships. Maybe with just the ability to get up and go based on on who we truly are and what we want in this world. And ladies and gentlemen, that's good. So why is it that maybe the most common question that I've gotten recently is Leslie, I know how to say yes to the bad, but how do I handle the good and still stay committed to this program? How do I still embody the spirit of this program and let my life be good when it's good? I feel like I need to destroy it in order to learn more. I feel like I need to sabotage to get at something real. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to discuss tonight's really going to change your life. If you have asked yourself this question before, how do I let the good things be good? You're going to want to call up tonight and get into it with me, because tonight we are discussing exactly that. How do we let the good be good? Affirmation for me for good things. Nindy New coming up in just a second. Just waiting. Okay. The pleasure of the moment is the pleasure of the moment. And that was good. That was good. That's good. It was specifically good for Nindy New, though. You're welcome. So let's open up the lines, ladies and gentlemen. 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something that I can call you?
It's Michaela, and I want to get straight to the point.
Let's do it, Michaela. How you doing tonight, by the way?
I'm good. I just watched Squid Game.
Beautiful.
Okay, so good things are good.
First of all, any spoilers you want to share?
No.
Go ahead.
Good things are good. Now,
Okay.
I think friendship is good.
Right.
But it makes me feel bad when I feel the need to tell my friends.
With high-pitched, piercing drones,
again,
cold
friend.
rooms that smell like
Well,
shit,
1 second.
a shooting range
Yes,
for slurs.
please.
All of them. I give us 6 weeks before the wheels come off.
Namaste. All right. So, guys, just Flux Storm Zero terminating Michaela, saying bye-bye. And now we've got caller one to Exploration with Leslie Tanner. What's up, Mike? Call you next.
Well, I'm sorry, it's been a while. I've had a lot of things going on in my life. It just might be fucking it's fantastic to talk to you again. Hello, sir.
Beautiful. There it is. I love that. Walking, great to have you. Great to have you on the program.
Namaste, friends. Hello.
Hello, Walken. How are you tonight?
Well, there may be trouble ahead, Leslie Tanner. Yes, this is Jeff Goldblum here. I'm taking a little break from my apartment.com commercial. Just wanted to say how lovely of a person you are there, Leslie.
Thank you so much.
My. Yes, you have a certain joie de vivre. Oh.
Thank you
Anyway,
so much.
no,
I can't, because coming from someone like you, Jeff Goldblum, it means a lot to me to hear that.
I just hope the Goldblum's coming along well. It feels pretty strong to me now. So I appreciate that, Mr. Tanner.
No, that was tremendous. That was terrific.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. Fluxstorm, buddy, 2 things, please. Leslie, give me 1 moment, please. Hey, you gifted me with this. Wow. Indeed, my friend.
Sounds good. Now, listen, before we get to the theme, we do have a request for Rick and Morty from you all.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Okay.
Can we do that?
Who's got that? I got them.
Pepperoncini requested earlier this evening. He
Yeah.
said, I got to get my Rick and Morty fix, is what he said.
That Pepperoncini, he's a spicy little character. You know what I'm saying? Leslie, Morty. imitation Peppercini. I'm sorry. But, I got Rick and Morty in there pretty well. I
that
feel
was
like.
good. That was maybe the best Rick and Morty I've ever heard in my life. I mean, definitely out of you. I think there's some you captured more Rick and Morty than in some ways than the show itself. That was tremendous.
Ooh, wow. Jesus, what a I'm only 14. I don't know nothing about nothing.
You're only 14 years old?
Well, Morty is. No, let me stop. Yeah, you're right. But thank you for the. I felt that was pretty strong.
I
did. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Well, listen. What we got to get into.
We do.
What we got to get into tonight is the theme, which is deceptively. So listen, the theme right now is good things are good, and tell me about a good thing happening in your life right now.
Slipped into Goldblum there for a second. That's what she said. Anyway, something pretty dorky, but that I love, my role-playing game. I've got all the classes and subclasses to about a 75% level before play testing. I'm really happy how that's coming along, and just moved into a new house, getting settled. So today was my Saturday, and it's a
quick communal vision from Nigel Pennyweather. See, here I'm now sitting by myself, or talking to myself. That's chaos theory.
Yes. Chaos theory says sometimes you talk to yourself, and sometimes the neighbor's not around, and sometimes they are, and you just sort of have to not care. Sorry, I just slipped into Goldblum a little bit. I'm really good practicing.
You're like a chameleon tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I strive to be a chameleon.
Well, listen. So you moved into a new house. You're getting settled in. Things are going good in some certain ways. And how does that feel for these good things to be happening?
Well, of course they're good. They're very good.
And so when good things happen in your life, how do you react to that?
Maybe smoke a little more weed than normal. Is that okay too? I mean, I'm in Oregon. I live in Oregon. My apologies. Namaste to anyone.
No, you don't need to listen. You can talk. You just talk about shooting up. I don't give a shit.
Well, that's a bit much.
It's all good. I wouldn't tell you. Listen, that's one thing that when people discuss drugs, they don't talk about often how good they are. You know what I mean? Especially from a mental health perspective, it's always substance abuse. It's always, we got to get you clean. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But there's never just a moment of like, first of all, drugs feel tremendous.
I've been practicing difficult imitation, but it's appropriate for the moment. If anyone remembers Half-Baked, I don't do drugs, only weed. What's up, man? It's Dave Chappelle. What's up, baby? No? You ain't feeling
No, that was really good.
Okay.
That was really good.
It's good for a white guy.
Well, listen, as somebody whose life is, doing pretty good, how is, what kind of advice would you give to somebody that's sitting in chat right now thinking to themselves, I'd love to get my life good and I'm working the program. Should I take this program even more seriously? Because obviously, the program got you to where you are in your life right now. So what kind of guidance would you give to somebody right now, a baby bird just now getting initiated into this whole thing?
Folks, if you don't know that the program is good and good things are good, I mean, what are you even doing? I have no words.
Beautiful.
The program really does work. I've been here for over a year, Mr. Tanner.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
I've had several terminations. Bing. Bada bing, bada boom, done. I didn't give up because the program works.
Look at that. Well, listen, namaste to you. Listen, it was great to hear that your life is doing good. and you are simply smoking drugs in order to celebrate that, I completely condone everything that you've told me, and I'm very proud of you.
I'm also smoking life. That's just, life is so good that I'm just literally taking life and sort of, rolling it into a sort of joint, a spiritual joint, if you would, and inhaling, and it's good. That's the program. That's the power of the program.
Right on, brother.
I need to go eat.
Go. Yes, go.
Yeah.
Namaste, Walk. I really appreciate you helping Pepperoncini get his little fix, all right?
Yeah, well, Pepperoncini's a good friend of the channel, so both of ours. So, I really appreciate that, guys.
708-240-8953. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
It's Michaela again. And Fran Weir gave me specific advice on staying on the program and talking about myself less, and that is what I am determined to do.
Let's do it, Michaela. So Michaela has come ready to play tonight as we explore good things are good. Talk to me.
So what I was talking about with friendship is like, it's good to have friendship and to love friendship, but it can be, it's bad when it's, wait, hang on. I'm a little confused about the can you give me a little bit more direction?
Yeah, sure. So good things are good. So let's say when something good happens in your life, right? Maybe you make a new friend. Maybe you discover a hobby. Maybe you start making more money. You hit a life milestone. These things,
right?
They feel good, and then they're good.
So do I just start? Should I just tell you how the program has helped me have good things?
Yes. Yes. I think, well, listen, I'm going to be honest. I'm also interested in the stuff you were saying earlier.
Oh, about friendship?
Yeah. You sounded like you had a sort of nuanced kind of question. Of course, you acknowledge that friendship is good. I'm on board.
Uh-huh.
Now, but then you were going to take another step, and then you censored yourself. What was going on there?
It was kind of going in the direction of, like, good things that are bad. Like, the good thing is bad in a way. Because, like, it's good to love your friends, but it's bad and awkward to feel like you need to thank them every time that you hang out with them because you love them so much. Because that's kind of corny, right?
Interesting. I hear a lot of stuff there. So first of all, you feel weird about being thankful.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And why do you feel weird about that?
Because friends don't normally say that stuff. I haven't had a lot of friends.
That's true. Most friends do not do that. They'll be more casual with one another. Low maintenance.
Right. Yes. And I mean, do you have friends, Leslie?
I have so many friends. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Well, you could say that everyone in the program is a friend if they pay.
I would not describe them as friends. No.
Not even if they pay enough?
No. I wouldn't do that. Well, I mean, here's the thing. As I approach this like in some ways as like a therapist, and so are you familiar with the process of transference?
No.
Okay. So basically, what happens is somebody visits me for therapy. They sit down in the little couch or the chair or whatever, and they start talking to me like a therapist, and I listen. And here's the thing. I'm not necessarily a blank slate, but I'm there to as a sort of removed third party in their life. Right?
Right.
And this is part of my job as a therapist, through the therapeutic process, they will begin to talk to me with a certain kind of tone, with a certain kind of they might think of me as maybe a father figure. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes they come in and they think of me as a friend. Sometimes they start talking to me like I had a woman come in and she was angry with me right away. She was angry with me. She was nervous. Then a half an hour in, she got mad. And she started talking to me in the middle of talking very angrily while she was talking about an abusive ex. So at that moment, what she transferred onto me was this relationship with her abusive ex. Does that make sense?
Okay, so you're like a void.
For lack of a better term, yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
you look into the void, it looks back.
For instance, with Toaster, I'm his best friend. Because that is
Right.
I am commanded by this program and by my role as a therapist to be his best friend.
Right. Okay. Interesting. So if
Quick communal vision from Nigel Pennyweather. Caller, can we hear your Gilbert Gottfried impression? I was told you do a great Gilbert Gottfried. Namaste.
let me just Google something real quick. That guy?
Yeah.
Yes. Who does he play? He plays the bird from.
Iago. Yeah.
Okay. That program works. Can we move on?
Can you do it more Jewishly?
No, I can't. I can't do that.
Cougar Pie with an affirmation, but with a little message. A good caller, says Cougar Pie. Just call Cougar Pie, referring to you as a good caller. So listen, let's get back to it. You are this friendship that you have. Real quick affirmation for fellas listening. There's a 20% off sale July 8th through 11th at the Lids at your mall. Okay, now back to it. Friendship, good, but friendship also bad for you because it makes you feel stupid about being thankful to have a friend. You feel
Right.
you use the word corny, so you're very self-conscious about how thankful you are for having for your friendship.
Right. And have you ever heard of the television show My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic?
I've heard of it, yes.
I was working on a commission for Pepperoncini. He wanted me to draw him in a diaper, being breastfed by Twilight Sparkle, and that friendship is magic. And I found that I've related to that more as I've gotten older, and I feel like it shouldn't be. I'm not the demographic. It's just children and Pepperoncini.
Okay, so what? I guess we took a left turn, and I'm trying to understand. So listen, I think. So let's flesh that out. So you're working right now on a commission for Pepperoncini, so that he's being breastfed by a cartoon wearing a diaper.
Well, that was the segue. It's what got me thinking about friendship is magic recently. And the tagline of My Little Pony is friendship is magic, you see. And sometimes I just say that to myself. I say friendship is magic. But I'm too old to think that way, right?
Well, I think underneath this, I think one thing that we need to address is that, as you've shared before, you have like one friend right now, right?
And her husband. So it's like a package deal. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it would, and is it possible that you're taking a look at that and you're like, holy shit, if this goes, I'm fucked.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right. So then you're like, oh my God, I'm so thankful. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. And then, so you're gonna, but it's maybe it's. Do you feel like it's? Have you ever read Of Mice and Men?
No.
Okay, well, there's a retarded guy that chokes a woman to death because he gets so horned up. Pepperoncini, I feel bad for the people in hospice who have to die with you nearby. So anyway, back to this retarded guy who chokes a woman to death because he gets so horned up, and it's the old times. So they were, I don't know if maybe they were eating less wood. No, yeah, probably less wood pulp in the food back then. So he was probably more sexually virile, retarded guy. So anyway, that is to say, you are kind of in danger of his name was Lenny, you're in danger of Lennying your friendship right now. And that's, I think, what this is about.
Right. You're worried that I'm just gonna love her so much that I'll choke her to death and I'll kill her.
I mean, in a matter of speaking, yeah. Or also, this is so complicated. Communal vision. Cougar Pie says, I've seen a lot of people die, and I think Michaela would make a great death pal.
A death pal? Is that something you can major in? Or is that like, what is that?
It just sounds like maybe a death, like a, I don't know.
Is that under your, I know you're many things, Leslie. You're a licensed therapist, aspiring musician, all these things. Would death pal fall under that?
I mean, I've done that. You know, I've people have asked me to be with them in their final moments. Yeah, I get that. That's pretty common.
Okay.
I'm extremely well equipped to serve that role, and it's because I don't flinch. I don't flinch
right.
at the, you know, how bad it truly can be. Now, Michaela.
Mm-hmm.
Good things are good.
Yeah.
But in this case, one thing that's encroaching on this very simple formula is that your life is outside of it is bad in some ways, and it's encroaching.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'd be here if my life was good.
Right. Exactly. Of course. See, ladies and gentlemen, see how not deceptively simple tonight's theme is, huh? How about that? Namaste. Well,
namaste.
Also, another one question I want to ask you real quick before you go is because you're in this position of vulnerability, right? You've got like 2 friends.
Mm-hmm. Like 1.5.
1.5 friends. Yeah, that's more appropriate. 1.5 friends. Are you being honest with yourself about how good of a friend this is?
Yeah, no, like I would like, I like love her more than I've ever loved anyone.
And does she feel the same about you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well,
we're almost the same person.
Scratch that off.
Pretty much.
All right.
We like trauma bonded together.
I think we need more. I think we need to expand the circle a little bit for you. I think we need to. Good things are good, then more good things are more good. How about that?
Right.
So I think if you get one more friend, you will overnight, you will double your friend list.
Well, what if I Lenny that one also?
Well, but the forces that are making you Lenny this one are going to diminish as you got more friends to hang out with.
Uh-huh.
Because I'll be honest with you, if you lose this friend, you're fucked.
Right.
You're fucked.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's like a whole like laying on a bed of nails versus like just one nail.
Yeah, sure. A weirdly painful analogy, but yes, indeed. Yes, you're precisely correct.
I mean, the pressure is distributed, is what I mean to say.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean. You're a complicated young woman. Now, let's start here, though. All right, let's start right here and say that next we got to get one more friend in there.
Okay.
That's the homework. More, if good things are good, then more good things are more good, and we got to reinforce the foundations here a little bit.
Do they have to be like a real person, or can I like make them up?
No, it's got to be a real person. I mean, if you want to go that route, then that's like several steps backward. Toaster and I were in that zone for years.
Yeah.
So if you want to, I mean, you can also just start doing meth, and you could start, like stealing shit. There's so many things you could do if you really want to fuck up your life. But if you could just make a real friend instead of doing that, then I think we're gonna be cooking with gas.
Okay. Okay, I'll work on that.
All right.
Guru.
All right, beautiful. Well, keep us abreast. I know you will. And I appreciate you getting us started off on the right foot with tonight's theme.
Namaste.
Namaste. Wonderful call. Namaste. Love speaking to Michaela. Though, you know, I did just watch a little video earlier today. My temporary roommate, not me, showed me a video in which they were discussing an AI, the role of AI, people in relationships and friendships and romance and whatnot. I was absolutely titillated about it. I'm 100% pro AI friends. Caller, welcome to Exploration with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you?
Hey there, Guru. It's Wiki.
Holy moly, an early night Wiki with a call. Namaste, Wiki. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm having a real good one there, Guru.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks so much for joining us, Wiki, giving us a little bit of that, very committed explorer energy at the top of the show. Now, Wiki, tonight we're discussing good things are good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lord knows
things.
when you call, you do not call with nothing. Usually you got something lodged in the chamber ready to shoot off. So tell me, what's on your mind right now, Wiki? Good things are good. What does that stir inside of you?
All kind of good memories and thoughts. Good things are just good sometimes. Like tonight, for instance, I had me a chili dog. Woo. And some Lay's potato chips with a ice cold Pepsi.
So you ice cold Pepsi, Lay's potato chips, and a chili dog.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that was where'd you eat that?
I got this guy's place called Merle. We got a little place called Merle. So he got chili dogs there.
And did you eat it in the spot, or did you take it to your car or take it home?
No, I ate it right there. I was playing darts with Phyllis, the bartender. We played a few rounds of that dart game.
Right. And are you good at darts? How was that? Was that fun?
I'm not the best dart man. I've been more for yard games. Like, I grew up playing yard games. We kind of poor, so we play yard games, like croquet. I was a croquet king. But I ain't never done nothing like that.
And so Phyllis, how long have you known Phyllis, the bartender?
Oh, for about, 15 years. 15 years now.
That's a long time.
Yeah. She smells like peanut butter.
She smells like peanut butter. Now, does she apply peanut butter to her skin, or is that just like an essence?
I don't know quite where we go. Sometimes she just seems normal, but most of the time she smells like peanut butter. I mean, that Jiffy peanut butter smell.
Mm-hmm. And so how do you feel about Phyllis? What are your feelings for her?
She's like a distant cousin friend. Like, somebody you see like a party when you're having barbecue, or she'd be one of those people. You say, give them a hug, sit down, have fun with your family, throw wings, toss basketballs, that kind of thing.
Right.
No. We don't play that.
Right. You're not necessarily trying to romance Phyllis. I'm just curious as to the feelings there, because it sounds like a very nice time eating this chili dog with some nice crisp Lay's potato chips, an ice cold Pepsi, and a game of darts with somebody that you have known for a decade and a half.
Is that not good? If that ain't good, I don't know what else is good.
That is good. That is good. Now, Wiki, I'm going to go ahead and just cut right to the chase with you, though. Now, tonight, the theme, good things are good. The reason that we are talking about this, good things are good, is because many explorers have a hard time allowing good things to remain in their life. Either through self-sabotage or some other such process, they find themselves difficult to really sit with the good things. Now tell me, Wiki, has there ever been a time in your life, maybe a relationship, maybe a job, maybe an opportunity you had professionally, as far as music is concerned, was there ever a time in your life, Wiki Wiva, that you had something good and you just fucked it up?
Oh, yeah, Guru. Yeah. I had a big blowout. That was last year. I lost that record deal.
You lost that. Tell us about that.
Yeah. I went down there, and I was all excited, and the boy took me to a fancy place, that Cracker Barrel. We went down to Cracker Barrel, and then I got the fancy thing. I got both gravies. I got the white gravy and the brown gravy.
I remember this story.
Chicken fried. Yeah. That was that night. When I saw that man do that, I just knew I couldn't do it. I was like, damn, the show's over. And he said, your record deal's done, Wiki.
For those that are unfamiliar with the story that you're telling right now, Wiki Wiva, go ahead and take us back to that moment, right? So you're meeting with a big record producer, executive or something at a Cracker Barrel. Now take us through that fateful day that inarguably changed the course of your life.
Well, I was really, really happy at first. When I got that phone call, that man said, hey, there, Walbert. My name Walbert, and I'm from Backroom Production. I want to do your record the way, boy, and I want to sign you. I was like, oh, yeah, but that was really cool, but how much money? He told me upfront money. I was like, ooh, now we talking, Buster. He said, I'm going to take you to Cracker Barrel that night. And I was like, well, then, big buddy, we're going to see you at Cracker Barrel. And then I was all happy. I drove my old car back, having a good time. I was doing donuts by the neighborhood, having a good time. And then I went up to Cracker Barrel, and that all bullshit took place. We got down, sat down. I got ordered the fanciest thing. They got the chicken fried steak, the big mashed potatoes, the biggest. I mean, you'll get you get not only a treat, but a treat upon a treat when you get two gravies. You get to dip in the brown and the white. But the other man who was with the man, I think his name was Jeremy, or something like that. Yeah, with me, I don't know.
Right.
I'm not sure, Guru. He went over there, and I saw him, and there was this old man, old lady that was sitting there, and they were talking to each other. And they was talking about they was married for 70 years, and they were just happy they could be looking at each other's eyeballs. And that was so cute. And that man dropped his ranch dressing, and it spilled all over that man's back of his jacket off. His jacket right there, and I was like, and then he laughed.
Nigel
and he picked
Pennyweather.
up the thing and came back to the table.
Wow. Nigel Pennyweather,
and
thank you so much for that.
Man. So I said, hold up, this bullshit. I got right up. I sat down. I said, mister, I'm sorry, you got ranch dressing all over your beautiful jacket. My friend over here did that and did not tell you. I came back and said, down. If you ain't got that, if you can't take care of that, you ain't got my back, bitch. See ya.
So you saw the record executive that wanted to sign you and your band to his label, produce your records, manage your tour, et cetera, et cetera. You saw him spill ranch at Cracker Barrel all over somebody, not do anything about it, and then not tip their server at the Cracker Barrel. And you said on principle, no, I cannot work with you. I cannot trust you with my creative future. I do not feel as if you have my back. You have crossed a line that I simply cannot unsee.
He went beyond the veil there, Guru. He pushed past the chalk line. That's where you don't go. We're gonna do business right. We ain't gonna do business like that.
No,
there ain't no way.
What is it? Whole lot. I don't know, but whole lot. Namaste to you. Welcome so much. Welcome very much to the Explorations with Leslie Tanner. This is the most effective personal power program in the country. by far and away. This is the most effective way to unlock and unleash a power that you have known you possess all along. So namaste and welcome. Right now we're speaking to Wiki Wiva. Now, Wiki, they had a question. They had a question for you. This whole lot. They had a question of like, who is Wiki? I'm new. So Wiki, listen. Of course, I'm thankful for your call. I'm thankful for your generosity and your continued commitment to the program. But what do you say? What do you say we show this whole lot who Wiki Wiva is?
Wow. Yeah, I got one we can do. I saw y'all showing that new age there, Guru. About the new age.
You wrote you wrote a song about what we covered just last week, the new age. Welcome to the new age. Am I hearing you right?
Yes, Mr. Guru.
Is that what you said? You wrote a song inspired by the new age?
Yeah. Guru, I got so inspired, I couldn't stop myself. It was such a good premise for a song, the new age.
Wow. Guys, listen, so this is a world premiere.
World premiere.
Holy moly. You're going to... Wow. First of all, I am beyond flattered that you could find an inspiration here in the program to carry into your already illustrious output as a musician and band leader. But so listen, I'm just so excited. I want to hear it. So guys, right now we're listening to a world premiere of a song, brand new song from Wiki Wiva, our sort of resident,
oh yeah, baby,
guitar player, musician, record producer, very talented guy. And this song is inspired directly by my declaration just this past week of the new age, a new historical sort of paradigm in which we find ourselves. Wiki, listen, I paused the music on my end. Take it away. Listen, you do whatever you got to do.
All right, there, Guru. They were called the new age, and I really like this song a lot. It sounds really, to me, it sounds really cool. And I think it goes something like this. It goes, sugar, sugar, wow, down, down, wow, sugar, sugar, down, down, wow, 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 do. I want you to see what whispering to me. I'm a stranger like a butterfly slipping over the sea. You can't touch me 'cause I ain't a little bitty little baby fly. No, I'm a man, and you can't have what I got now. Boom, 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 down. You can see what you want, and you can believe anything you thought. But look in the mirror, it's just me. It's a new age. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. It's a new age. And that's the first verse.
Wow. That tickled me. That absolutely tickled me to my bone marrow. Wiki Wiva, I feel so lucky to have you in our life, and I really genuinely appreciate you gracing us, not only with a world premiere, but something directly inspired by our work here at the program.
It was good, Guru. That made me think very deep.
Wiki Wiva, I would expect nothing less from you. Well, brother, as always, I appreciate your call tonight, and I appreciate the sharing of your musical gifts.
I love you guys. Good night. Good night. Namaste. I love y'all so much. Y'all be good to each other now. Be good and keep the good. Namaste.
Namaste, Wiki. Beautiful. I loved that. Wow. And it's kind of funny just going right into the next call. I'm like tired. That was so fun. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I could call you tonight?
It is Reverend at All Cost Money. How are you doing tonight, Leslie?
I'm doing great. At All Cost Money, it's wonderful to hear from you. How you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. Speaking about good things are good. Pepperoncini gave me one of the best compliments I think an explorer can give another explorer. you said you are one of the most boring callers to call in, and that just, it warmed the cockles of my heart, because we all know that our time is really not worth anything, and it just made me feel like the program is really working for me, and I just wanted to thank you and thank Pepperoncini for the compliment the other day.
Interesting. So you're seeing this in a very exploratory sense. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to clear up what It All Costs Money is sharing with us, it is a sort of very baseline edict here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. You know, one of the things that we learn about our time, the time that we have here alive, conscious on Earth, is that it is not worth a goddamn thing. It is worthless, pointless, is worthless. And so what we hear is it all costs money. Here in something that is, you know, not necessarily meant as a compliment. Something is meant as a jab. Something is meant to hurt his feelings. But he is so steeped in the program, it all costs money, so steeped in the program, he hears this barb and he thinks, thank you. He is thankful for the compliment because he has let the program into his heart so deeply. That makes me very happy to hear It All Costs Money.
Right. I just wanted to call in and say and thank you, and the program works. And if any of you have any questions about where your life is or where your life is going, give the program an honest effort. Give the number a call. It's right there on your screen. 708-240-8953.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Beautiful stuff. Namaste. It all costs money. Blessings. Wow. Just a brief little. Anyone can call. Anyone can call. Elgin over at youtube.com. Thank you for sharing that. And we're trying to get some recipes for real. Well, stay tuned. Maybe we can help you out. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner. What is something that I can call you tonight?
Hello, Leslie.
Namaste. I know who this is. Go ahead and introduce yourself to chat.
Hi, it's me, Dinky, the Dick Destroyer.
Dinky, the Dick Destroyer, gracing our presence, gracing his presence. Is he? Either way, namaste to you. I really appreciate you calling in, Dinky. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing bad. Thank you for asking.
So Dinky doing bad is actually good for him because things that are bad to us, the normal people, are good for him, and things that are good for us are bad for him. Is that right?
That's right, and that's why I called, because your topic confused me.
That's interesting. Now, that's the transitive property of the phrase that I'm sharing tonight. The phrase that I'm sharing with you all tonight is good things are good. Now, to somebody who with a dark and twisted mind like Dinky the Dick Destroyer, when he sees the phrase good things are good, he is hearing, go ahead and fill in the blanks. What are you hearing?
I'm hearing bad things are bad.
Interesting. So now, Dinky, when you hear that bad things are bad, how does that make you feel? What's going on in that noggin of yours?
Well, to me, hearing that things are bad are good because I like bad things.
Interesting. So bad things are actually good for you.
Yes.
So, but tell me, when something is good to a normal person and then bad to you, but then bad is good to you, so does that mean that the good things to a normal person through the transitive property of our equations are also good to you?
What?
Like, if good things to a normal person are then bad to you, but bad things are good to you, does that mean good things are good? Dinky the Dick Destroyer, I think we just got a little, I think we're in sort of a checkmate situation right now. How are you feeling right now? Are you feeling anxious? What's going on? Okay, so there we go. So he kind of dropped the little baby voice. So this is textbook. He was sexually abused as a child. This is if you're wondering from the perspective of a therapist what that looks like, we are getting front row seats. Quick psychic emergency though, please hold.
We've interrupted this broadcast in cooperation with Explorer Nigel Pennyweather to issue a psychic emergency. Cheer 400, my kittens are truly smitten. Repeat. Cheer 400, my kittens are truly smitten. We now continue with your normal broadcast.
Thank you so much, Nigel Pennyweather, letting us know, raising that to the level of an emergency, saying that my kittens are truly smitten. You know, that's okay, and I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Nigel, thank you. Now, Dinky, you still there? Dinky hung up. All right, so guys, what we just saw was an absolute breakthrough. An absolute breakthrough with Dinky the Dick Destroyer. And I'm sure there's some therapists in the chat right now. One moment. Caller, 1 second. I'm going to put you on hold while I wrap up a thought real quick. I'll be right back with you. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Any therapist or any mental health professional, if you can just kind of put one foot in front of the other, 2 + 2 = 4 kind of situation, you could tell that Dinky the Dick Destroyer, even just look at his name, it was sexually abused as a child. All right, it's horrible. It's a horrible reality, but an absolute truth of the situation. And one thing that we need to keep in mind is that we are here to relax into reality. Real quick affirmation. Listen, fellas, if you're at a lids, mix it up. If you want a trucker hat, maybe get a canvas hat. And I'm going to do one more because I feel that was a pregnant one. Real quick affirmation for fellas. Listen, you're headed down to lids and taking advantage of that really tremendous sale. And maybe don't just get a canvas hat. Maybe get a baseball cap. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. I'm going to put you on hold again because I need to finish this thought. It's very important.
I think when you put me on hold, it fails my call. I dropped it for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm just putting you on hold. But you just...
All right.
I'll be right back with you in just one moment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, so what Dinky the Dick Destroyer, you heard that drop of voice, right? We heard that drop of a voice. And that means we crossed a line with him. Now, a lot of people might consider this a trigger, might consider this to be negative. No, in a therapeutic process, which I am a legally licensed therapist, this is an absolute step forward, both in therapy and within the program. He is relaxing the lower register. He's no longer talking like a baby. He was talking like a demon. And that is so much more powerful. So I'm excited, so extremely excited to speak to Dinky the Dick Destroyer next time. Real quick, guided meditation from Nigel. Forgive me for the emergency. Didn't mean to take it that far. I didn't mean to take it that far. I didn't mean to take it that far. I crossed a line again. I was too much. Oh, I'm so selfish. Selfish with time. Selfish with space. You know, the other day I wanted to go to a Burger King. And I used my birthday privilege to go to Burger King. It upset several people in the car who wanted to go to a Long John Silver's. I went home and I cut myself while licking the wrapper of the inside of the Burger King. And I cried. And I cried. And I began to laugh and laugh at the release of my burden and the appropriate extent of my punishment. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much, Nigel. Appreciate that. That was for you. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Angry Scar 09, coming in with a very fat-ass cock of a raid. Namaste to Angry Scar 09. Blessings, and it's wonderful to have not just you, brother. Not just you, Angry Scar 09. Quick shout-out, Angry Scar 09, please. If we could do a quick shout-out for Angry Scar 09. The Jade Vampire, welcome to Explorations. Touch Grass, throwing down for 18 months. 18 months with Angry, a year and a half with Angry Scar 09. Brother, I just want you to know how much I appreciate your presence, how much I appreciate everything that you do here. It's been a treat to watch you grow. It's been a treat to watch this program take effect on your life. Namaste to Angry Scar 09 tonight. Namaste. Yes. Thank you so much, 13th Juggalo. Yes. Guys, if you're not following Angry Scar 09, click that link and hit that follow. Very talented, funny, casual, affable young man. I implore you all to follow him. If you like this kind of stuff, then you're going to like that over there as well. Namaste and welcome. Angry Scar, great to see you. Great to see you. Namaste. Now, we do have a caller on hold right now. And tonight, so just to let you guys know, let the Raiders know. This is the most effective personal power program in the country. And just in case you haven't seen this before, this right here is the first day of the rest of your life. This program, every time we hit start streaming, I am here to give you the tools by which to transform your life more quickly, more effectively, and more irreversibly than any other personal power program has ever been able to accomplish. Now, how do we do that? We explore this universe both inside and out through a theme every single stream. And tonight we are exploring good things are good. Good things are good. Think about that for a moment while I usher in our next caller. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Jonathan.
Jonathan, great to have you. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully. Jonathan, we're discussing good things are good on Explorations. So tell me, what's a time in your life that you fucked up something good?
I don't think there's any time that I didn't fuck up something good.
Look at that. I love that. So we are speaking... We were speaking to somebody who's got a lot of stuff to say, and I love this. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for calling in. Jonathan, so tell me, what's the first example that comes to the top of the head? You know, it sounds like you fuck up your life a lot. What's the first, maybe the biggest way or the first one that comes to your mind?
I think drinking in general just leads to all kinds of bad shit.
Right. So drinking.
Yeah.
Would you describe yourself as an alcoholic, Jonathan?
Yes, I would.
Namaste. Can we get some namaste in the chat right now for Jonathan? Blessings. And so this alcoholism is, you see it as hurting your life, right? Well, but as an alcoholic, alcohol is pretty important, and there's a lot of judgment around that. There's a lot of we need to help this person kind of sentiment out there. Have you been faced with this sentiment before?
Oh yeah.
And how does it feel to hear that? How does it feel to hear that from people?
Well, it doesn't feel good.
Talk to me about that. Talk to me.
I've never been an everyday drinker.
Sure.
I've always been like a weekend binge drinker.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But even that, even when you do that, it hurts your overall. It hurts your health in the long run.
Mm-hmm. So mote it be namaste. Explorer convicted public masturbator. Did not know that. Just the word come. From So Mote It Be, giving us that sweet, sweet prime for the 6th month in a row. Namaste to So Mote It Be. Namaste to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Guys, I love getting a prime. I love getting a prime because even when you're broke, most of the time, at least you got a prime. And to receive that prime from somebody, it really touches me. I appreciate that. So Mote It Be. Blessings and namaste. Happy 6 months to you, by the way. So you're talking about fucking up your life, just binge drinking on the weekend. How has it fucked up your life?
Oh, I mean, there's too many things to go into, Just
give me a couple. Give me the greatest hits.
You constantly have hangovers. Like, it's not just like you drink and then you're done with it. You constantly have hangovers that you're dealing with, like the 2 days a week drinking. You're constantly dealing with the after effects of it, you know.
Okay, so listen. So what I'm hearing right now is that the after effects are negative, and part of that is just what it feels like, right? Maybe like a headache, fatigue, sluggishness, and just a general hangover situation, and that's bad. That sounds bad. Now, however, talk to me on the front end, though. It's good, right? Let's talk about that. Talk to me about why alcoholism feels good when it feels good.
Because you, in the moment, it's like the best feeling you've ever had, and you never want it to end, you know.
Absolutely.
That's basically what it is. You never want that feeling to end.
Because it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
Well, and this is what I don't hear enough, you know, because I work with I supervise a lot of therapists, and every once in a while I'll have somebody bring up that they're having like a problem with their alcoholic patient, and I often, you know, I was like, what's the problem? Is what my first question. And they're like, oh, well, you know, we're trying to get him clean and it's just nothing's working, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, whoa. What do you mean working? Alcoholism's working. All right? How many people without alcoholism have a story to tell you about a feeling that is so good that they never want it to end? How many times have you heard that phrase come from the mouth of a non-alcoholic?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what a non-alcoholic feels when they drink alcohol, but for me, it's like the greatest feeling in the world, and you just don't want it to end. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'll tell you how many times I've heard that phrase from non-alcoholics. You ready? I have the number off the top of my head. 0. I have never heard that phrase from a non-alcoholic.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know what it is for them. It's just like a fun little buzz or something. But for alcoholics, it's like the best feeling you ever felt, you know?
Exactly, yeah. So listen, as we discussed tonight, good things are good. It sounds like alcoholism it's bringing you some negative aspects, but it also sounds like, you know, there's this other side to it that I think really therapists really need to step up and do a better job of sort of underlining, illuminating, really exploring, is that it's actually doing tremendous things in your life as well.
Yes, I've always known I should see a therapist all the time.
Nah.
But it's too fucking expensive.
Right,
you
exactly.
know?
Exactly.
So that's the only reason I don't do that.
Well, I mean, listen, I can give you more reasons than just that, but that's a good one. I can give you more reasons to not go to a therapist, but that's a good one. Listen, I think that, you know, if when people begin therapy or whatever, you know, it's neither good nor bad ultimately. You know, and even though I would argue that it's bad, you know, in an exploratory Leslian sense, but in terms of like our journeys, you know, our journeys have ups and downs, lefts and rights. And, you know, I had somebody go to college, an explorer go to college a little over a year ago. And I would never tell them to do that, and really kind of spat in the face of a lot of this program. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, it's a journey. So as far as your journey is concerned, if you are considering going to therapy, listen, you need to make a real strong list of pros and cons, because right now, alcoholism is doing a lot of really good things in your life.
Doing good things, you saying?
Yes, I am.
Well, I mean, I do like it when I'm on it. It's just like every moment I'm not on it is not good.
Ooh, okay. Now that's an interesting point. Every time you're not feeling the best feeling that you've ever felt in your life, it's terrible.
Not terrible, just not great. Is all I would say.
Listen, on one hand, you got not great. You said not terrible, just not great. And on the other hand, we've got the best ever.
Yeah, and that's your that's your competing feelings, I guess.
Right. Real quick affirmation for men. Listen, if you're in the throes of alcoholism, write it out. Write it out, unless something really comes up. I got to get one more in for the fellows.
And not to be too specific, but I actually called in sick to work because I'm drunk.
Pepperoncini says, crack a brew in my honor, brother. Fight the global intifada against sobriety. Real quick affirmation, fellas. Listen, if you're an alcoholic trying to take stock, take it from me as a therapist. There are tremendous benefits to alcoholism.
Well, it feels nice in the moment. There's no denying that.
Right, but then you called in, and so I could see where that could get complicated. You called in to work sick because you were drunk.
Yes, I did do that.
And would this be good or bad, in your opinion?
I feel bad about that, but in the moment, it feels like, tomorrow I'm going to go to the doctor and get a doctor's note so I can show that to my work. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you're getting a doctor note.
That's a weird chore that is assigned to you when you have this fucking problem.
Right. Yeah, that's weird, because then you got to go lie. You got to get this doctor thing. You got to go out of your way.
Yeah, I will not feel great tomorrow, but I don't feel great because of my choice to drink alcohol.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, it's annoying. The bad stuff, you've got annoying. You've got not great. You've got these other words that are just like, and then on the other hand, you've got the best feeling in the world. So, I mean, the math is pretty simple with me on this side. Pepperoncini, I bet the hours fly by if you go into work toasted, punch the clock, and crack the brew.
I do not drink on my current job. I have drank on the job in past jobs, but I do not drink on my current job.
Okay, beautiful. Borealis Black says, a lot of parents would probably say that having kids is a high they would never take back, but I think they are just bullshitting themselves. That's from Borealis Black. Are you a parent at all?
I am not a parent. I would hate myself if I was. I would hate to do that to a child, to have a child and be their dad. I would hate to do that to any living sentient being.
I hear you. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I think there's a lot of wisdom in that. Namaste. McKim, keep blessings and namaste to you. Appreciate you following us here at Explorations, the most effective personal power program in the country, by the way. Now, okay. So listen, Jonathan, this has been a tremendous call. I think we've really put some meat on the bones as far as good things being good, alcoholism being, having tremendous value in your life, not completely clean. And of course that's evolving based on, your assessment. But right now, based on what I'm hearing, it sounds like it's carrying a lot of weight for you.
Hey, Leslie, I'm going to gift you at least 5 subs, maybe 10. I don't know, but I will gift you some subs.
Brother Jonathan, namaste to you. I can't tell you how much that's going directly into the compound fund. I'm going to be, we're out exploring some sites to break ground and build a sort of community center / compound for us here at Explorations. And I'm going to name a bench after you or something, okay?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, well, Jonathan, namaste. Listen, I appreciate how generous and you've been with yourself tonight. I really appreciate that indeed.
Yep.
This is not my first call. Do you remember me at all?
I remember your voice. I don't remember what we talked about, but I remember your voice. Pepperoncini with a communal
talk
vision.
about my penis size.
The only thing worse than being an alcoholic with kids is being that and having a penis that is hidden by your huge gut. That's what Pepperoncini has to say. Any response?
I have no response. Thank you, Pepperoncini.
Yeah, Pepperoncini, that guy. He's funny, right?
I will gift you subs, Leslie, because I love your show. I don't watch it all the time, but I love your show, Leslie.
No, listen, you watch it as much as you need to. That's the thing. It's going to be here. It's here for you when you need it, when you want it, when you remember it, and it'll always be. And I'm glad that you find time. I now remember the little penis call that we had. Listen, don't be a stranger. You call in whenever you want, and don't feel bad about missing a couple explorations here and there. Okay?
Yeah, I love seeing it pop up on my Twitch. I love you, Leslie Tanner.
I love you. Namaste to you, Jonathan. I really appreciate you calling up.
Namaste to you. Thank you, Leslie.
Namaste, brother. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Hi, this is Amelia.
Amelia! Finally! What was going on there?
I don't know what was going on. My call too.
Yeah, something silly was happening, but
When you put me on hold, I get dropped.
Namaste. Well, listen, Amelia, great. I'm glad that you finally made it through. How are you doing tonight, hon?
I'm stressed as fuck. I'm not doing great tonight.
Stress as fuck, not doing good. And we've got a quick communal vision that didn't connect from YouTube because sometimes YouTube rounds the dollar amount down a penny, which then doesn't trigger the goddamn thing that I built for it to trigger. So I'm going to go ahead and manually do this thing for Joe Williams. Joe Williams. Joe Williams. Nazmad, namaste to you. Oh my goodness gracious. Hold on one moment. Nazmad gifting 10 community subs. 10 community subs. That is so beyond generous. You know, never in my wildest dreams when I began this program here on Twitch would I think that, you know, we'd be receiving gifts like Nazmad and Craigulators and Nindinu and Fluxstorm and Kooker have been giving to us here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Extremely generous of you. Namaste to you, Nazmad. That's probably Jonathan. Yeah, so let me get this. Amelia, I'll be right with you. I know you're stressed out, but let's...
go ahead.
One moment. So this is Joe Williams at YouTube. Joe Williams at YouTube sharing a message with us that I got to do manually because YouTube's fucking me in my ass right now. All right, Joe Williams from YouTube.com. Communal Vision. Jonathan is reborn in the booze. Namaste. From Joe Williams at YouTube.com. Namaste to you, Joe Williams. I really appreciate you sharing that message with us. Jonathan is reborn in the booze. So that kind of play on sort of, you know, the Christian rite of baptism, Christian sacrament of baptism. And so you become reborn again in the blood of Christ. But we have Jonathan instead being reborn in the booze. And I think that's really a witty way to put it. Namaste to you, Joe. I appreciate that. Not Big Dog Energy, the new Big Dog. Wow, Just Man's been here. Namaste. Well, listen, Amelia, to you.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yes, hello.
Stressed out. We're doing stressed out, not good. Everybody seems to be doing bad.
It's not good times, to be fair.
Yeah, everyone seems to be doing bad. So talk to me. Why are you stressed out?
I'm stressed out. I mean, I told you a little bit about this the last call, you know. I'm going homeless soon.
Right,
so
going
I'm
homeless.
stressed out about, like, logistically figuring that out.
You wouldn't think that being homeless would be so exhausting logistically, but here we are.
I'm preparing to get there.
Yeah, it's about the preparations, about, you can see the wall coming, and you're kind of just like putting yourself in a position so that when you finally do hit the wall, you protect your organs at least in a sense. So, okay, so talk to us. Give us some details. Give us some details. We talked about you going homeless. You're going into a homeless shelter. Flesh it out. What's it looking like right now for you?
So I know it's going to happen this month. That's what they've told me. But
Right.
they haven't told me what day. And they told me it will generally be on short notice that they tell me. So I basically have to be prepared for any time during this month for them to call me up and say they have a spot ready for me.
Right.
And
Okay.
then when that happens, I need to be able to get into action and get my. I have someone I know IRL that I called in for a favor that I need to get to him to get him to drive me down, and I need to have all my shit prepared for then, and I need to get my shit in order for any necessities that I'm going to need while I still can. While I still have the ability, where I am in some sort of housing right now, before everything's just in complete disarray.
Sure.
And it's sort of just being on my toes and trying to put myself in the optimal position, so when the call comes,
Right.
everything is in place.
I mean, you got to be
pieces are there.
prepared, but at the same time, this preparedness is very specific. You got to stay light on your feet and mobile and ready to move.
Yeah, I have a PC. I'm gonna be selling that. And I don't want to be without a PC for a month, but I'm probably gonna have to just bite the bullet and sell this within the next week and start piecing it out. And I have to and I want to get that shit sold by the time when I get the call, because when I get the call, I'm not gonna have time to start selling shit because I don't know how long it's also gonna take for that to get sold.
Right. So that's you got a lot going on, and it's very stressful, and it's in preparation for. It's not in preparation for a neutral change. We're talking about preparation for your life to get worse.
Well, actually, this is a net positive for me.
Interesting. Okay, speak on that. What's that mean? So, because as we are exploring, good things are good, and we've got Amelia here going homeless, and I'm hearing a net positive. So talk to me about that. What do you mean?
Because things in my current situation are so bad that actually, probably continuing here will lead to almost definite, inevitable suicide. It's probably sooner than later. And there's a chance that I might not end up doing that if I end up trying to, pursue something, go through the resources, see what happens, so.
Yeah. So listen, it sounds like you're and this is the fun game. This is the fun game that it's a very weirdly enough the level of I guess resilience. Camille Vision real quick from Pepperoncini says, NYC homeless maxing is a goated strat. Zoran is going to recruit you into the socialist fifth column to obliterate millionaires and wear a sick beret.
Dude, I can't fucking wait. I want to try to volunteer and shit for him. And shit, I read his policies and shit. Literally 30 million of it is to hold homeless programs and shit for gay people, for gay youth. So that's directly into my bank account.
Wait, you're gay? Oh, we're having fun. Okay.
You gotta ask a bit of a silly question.
Of course, I'm just joking around with you. I knew that. Well, Amelia, though. So one thing that I wanted to touch on though is something that a lot of people don't understand, that haven't sort of been in the general layer of misery hell that you're in right now. So you've got
for sure.
You don't have a lot of options, and you gotta move. It is a literal life and death situation. We need to move.
Yep.
That is immediate. It doesn't get any more immediate than that. So, given that though, seeing the options available to you, and the sort of the resilience of mind in order to see the options. And be able to see the positivity of things that are just that are separated by degrees of misery and degrees of doom, But here you are navigating, crawling, picking, shooting, shoots and ladders, and playing that game. But what I hear in your voice is life, Amelia.
Dude, like I can't, like literally, like it's in my current housing situation. It is difficult to safely go use the bathroom. I can't wait to have like a fucking toilet again. Like I could just like safely go to or take a walk outside or something.
So right
like,
now,
it's frankly like it will be a huge upgrade for me.
Right, and honestly, like nobody is home anyway in New York a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Nobody's.
What is this?
You know what I mean? Most people have homes for sure, but a lot of people are spending time, at different places. They're at the park. They're at the library. They're going to get coffee. They're they're on the move for the most part.
Oh yeah. There's plenty of parks. I can't wait for that. There's a bunch of indie theaters down there. And one of them is showing like all of Twin Peaks season 3 this week, and I'm really jealous because I'm not going to be there in time.
How about that? Already something to do.
But I'm excited to go to some indie theaters.
Azazel55 says, at least you can get mentally prepared tonight. You sound prepared. Watch Fight Club on repeat. And to Leslie, you are a trip, brother. Thanks for the program. Namaste. Namaste to you, Azazel55.
Namaste. I have watched Fight Club. It's a good, solid movie. I think it's good.
I think it's good.
But
I think it's good. Yeah, what are your
FLCL is my emotional media of choice that I like rewatching.
Wait, what's your emotional media of choice?
FLCL. It's an anime.
Fully Cooley, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know it?
I've seen it. Yes, I've seen. Nigel Pennyweather says, caller New Hope, PA has a great gay community, much cheaper, too. Namaste.
Namaste. I'll note that.
So New Hope,
Leslie,
PA.
are you a
Go
fan
ahead and earmark
of
that
FLCL?
page.
I gotta ask this.
What was the question?
Are you a fan of FLCL?
I am.
You
I
like
enjoyed
it?
I enjoyed it. I think is not Misha awake? Hold on one second. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, she just messaged.
She says, I love Fully Cooley. Real quick affirmation for these. Listen, the town of New Hope, Pennsylvania has a tremendous gay community, and it's cheaper too. Namaste. And that was for Bit Wars. Namaste, Bit Wars. Hopefully that helps you in your non-binary journey. Now let's go ahead. So Fully Cooley. Okay, Fully Cooley.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that in relation to the program sometime. I'd love to.
Ooh, oh my goodness. Now that's a pregnant
I watched
idea.
it like 31 times exactly. I'm the biggest fan here.
Wow. Yeah, I think I've only seen it once. Not Mish. Real quick, did we watch the second season, right? Or like the new one? That was on Adult Swim?
I watched when they did the tour, the Pillows for the second season. I went to both shows they did in New York City, and I got signatures of them and pictures with all of the band members.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's fun. Would you say Fully Cooley is your favorite anime?
It's like my favorite thing, just ever.
So favorite.
It's like resonated with me the most.
Like music, show, movie, anything. It's just your favorite thing.
100%. Yeah.
So we did not. Okay. So we did not watch the new ones. We haven't watched the new ones.
I'm also a first season truther.
Yeah.
The next seasons are not good. I wrote literal essays about that.
Isn't it? Everyone that's not a weeb in chat right now, isn't it funny how weebs talk to each other? Already, first season truther, that phrase just coming out. Now I would say, hell yeah, that's how you know she's a real fan.
My username, Blues Drive Amelia. It's based on Blues Drive Monster, the Pillow song in FLCL episode 5 during the fight.
Wow. Listen, I would say if I had to pick my favorite, not.
Please.
My favorite probably Evangelion.
Evangelion is real good.
Yeah.
I do love that.
I mean,
I want to rewatch End of Evangelion.
Have you watched the Netflix ones?
The dub and stuff?
Well, they redid they changed the script for Netflix.
Yeah, for the subtitles. No, I heard about all that happening, but I did not watch that because I heard of it.
I was okay. So there was a time, like maybe a year or two ago, that I was real depressed, real dark. I was just like, I need something. I need my shit. I need my thing to watch. So I put on the
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I was gonna do the last 4 episodes of the series and then watch End of Evangelion. Now, you know what I'm talking about. But I was, as you can relate, sad at that moment. Then I watched it, and I watched how they changed it, and they fucked up the entire rhythm of the last 4 episodes. And it actually snapped me out of my depression because I got so pissed off. Kookabai says, where do you watch your anime, Amelia?
I pirate it all. It's nya.fi.
Nya.fi? I'm actually, that's good to know. I don't, I used to, the ones I used to go to, I don't think are as reliable anymore. So nya.fi?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where that's like the premier place to tour, and it has been for like probably a decade since I started getting into anime.
Okay. I think I used to go.
End of Evangelion. Yeah, go ahead.
What was that?
I was going to say I think End of Evangelion would probably be particularly poignant to the program.
It is. You know, it truly is. I think what Anno, was able to flesh out there is truly, you know, we had conversations. I won't say that I worked with him on the End of Evangelion, but we certainly discussed it around the time. And I would like to think the program made an impact on him in his creation of that movie.
That's beautiful. I could totally see that.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Evangelion rebuilds?
I watched the first 3. I haven't watched the last one. I honestly don't give a shit about them that much.
You know what? I can level with that. I think they're good, but I also don't think they really needed to exist.
Yeah, I don't. I like going to the world, but I don't really. I don't know. I watch it and I'm like, it's not better than the thing that already happened. So I don't know what we're doing. Yeah.
They're pretty and they have some good music in it because it's the same.
Oh yeah, they're sick for sure. Yeah. I also don't like. I like the look. I'm a real. I like older anime.
Yeah.
A little more,
like
generally speaking, the look of it more than the new real digital clean kind of stuff. It's harder for me to get into.
Yeah, I feel you. What other older? Oh, I did see End of Evangelion in theaters last year, and that was a religious experience for me.
I'll bet that was fun. Azazel 55.
Did in American theaters.
Weeb's out joking. I'm a huge DBZ fan. I would never admit to it though, even under torture. Good talk. Azazel 55. Namaste to you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't like the long-running shows as much myself.
What was that?
I don't like the long-running shows much myself.
I generally don't really like them either. DBZ, I just watched because it was on Toonami, and it was like my first one I got into. But yeah, I'm kind of with you on like Naruto or something. Like I'm not.
Yeah, nah.
I'm all good. I'm not watching.
No, it's just lots of pacing issues. I think there's a lot of value to a story that knows when to end. I think the longest anime that I like is 110 episodes, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Great story of philosophy and war. Stellar anime.
What's it called?
That's from the 80s too. Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it really is. It is very political and philosophical. It has some of probably my favorite characters ever, and I cried the most that I ever have to a media.
Really? Holy moly!
Yeah, because it really makes you connect with the characters, and they don't pull punches as to what happens to the characters.
Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Beautiful anime,
It's
got that 80s art style.
Love that.
It's got that directorial style. It's like shit from laser discs.
I have a lot of problems with a lot of digital stuff and a lot of 4K remastering stuff. It looks like shit.
Yeah.
I can't. It just makes me soft when I see it. So I feel you. I'm gonna remember that. If you could link to that, or maybe to the nya.fi in the Discord,
Oh yeah, sure. I could give you a good release because there's different fan subtitles, and one is generally better.
Yes. Yeah, you're speaking not Misha's language right now. Now, well, listen, Amelia, your life is not going good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's not going good, but this is literally, though, I work with people for years and years to get to the sort of emotional landscape that you find yourself in right now. And what I hear in your voice is a level of life that it is a rare thing. It is a rare thing to hear somebody, in a life or death situation, speaking clearly, seeing reality, and experiencing the self as it truly is. And I want you to know this is the program at work, embodied in real time. And I want to thank you for showing us all what that means tonight.
Yeah, I think I really do have you to thank for my state right now and how I've been able to gain this self-awareness about kind of myself and my situation. That despite, how I've gone down further and further in the circles of hell, that I've sort of retained the sanity, and I'm still relatively well adjusted for being a weird, chronically online loser. That is really all thanks to your work.
Wow. If you're looking for a more powerful testimonial than that to the effectiveness of this personal power program, then I simply do not know if you're going to ever find it. That was amazing. Thank you. Amelia, listen, keep us abreast of the situation.
Yes,
Good luck with the PC sales and getting everything else, getting your ID and everything. And like I said, keep us abreast. Give us a call when you can, okay?
Yeah. I just wanted to say, hi, Creative Steve and Mish. You can always hit me up about anime. I'll see you guys.
All right.
I'll keep you abreast. I'll try to call in. It's going to be a little harder once, I'm homeless, trying to figure out how I can watch the stream on my phone or something and still try to figure out the right time to call or whatever. But I will, the program, there's nothing more important to it. I'll find a way.
You'll find a way. Look at that. And imagine how many homeless friends you'll be able to share the program with. I think
exactly.
Yeah. Really sharing.
I've been thinking about that. If there's some kind of communal TV, I don't know what the setup's gonna be like. I know there's a kitchen and there's a person who's gonna make us food. So I assume there might be a TV. I'll put it on.
You know what I'd way rather do? I'd rather come to a does it call itself a shelter?
Yeah.
Okay, I would way
rather.
rather.
I have a ton of different sites, and there's not as many people as a regular. 50 people in big room with beds. It's there's gonna be 6 people.
I would way rather play a homeless shelter in New York than play at an alt comedy show in Bushwick or something. Lord, it chills me. Well, listen.
Tell me if you ever need a connection in.
I will. I'll be in contact. I don't know if that's. I don't know when. I have no idea of a timetable of that. I have to discuss that, but I absolutely will. And Amelia,
I ain't getting a home anytime soon.
What'd you say?
I ain't getting a home anytime soon.
No, you're not. Well, on that note, namaste, Amelia. Good luck with everything.
Namaste, Leslie. Thank you so much for you and your program.
Of course. Blessings. Oh, Amelia. Yeah, lovely call. Wonderful call, huh? Namaste. Everybody wishing luck to Amelia, thanking Amelia for the anime suggestions, and namaste. Namaste to you. Guys, I got to take a piss so bad. I'm going to take my little pee break. So everybody, though, stick around for our second half of the program tonight. We still got plenty of calls left. And stick around, though, for a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com. If you are impressed by what you see here, you ain't seen nothing yet. The program's true materials, the videos, the podcast, the music downloads, et cetera, is all waiting for you tonight at the community of devoted light at patreon.com. So stick around for a couple details about that, and stick around for the second half of Explorations with Leslie Tanner.
Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Since Leslie and his program broke onto the scene, Explorations has become the #1 best-selling and most influential personal power program in modern history. Millions of people from all over the world have gotten a chance to meet this truly remarkable man and utterly transform their lives with the power of Explorations.
I listened to this introductory tape and I knew then and there, this is what I needed. I felt just so much better knowing there are a bunch of people out there suffering like me.
I'm not kidding you. I think after the first tape, I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
I got such relief from the very beginning, starting the program.
Now that you've gotten a taste of what this program is capable of, it's time to show you how to take your life to the next level. Here to tell you more about what is possible is legally licensed clinical therapist, author, coach, speaker, entrepreneur, martial artist, amateur musician, one of the nation's foremost thinkers, and our guru, Leslie Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Whether you've been with us since the very beginning and have watched Explorations work wonders in your life, or you're joining us for the first time tonight, I say namaste to you. As you've watched Explorations in action during our call-in show, no doubt your mind is reeling from the limitless potential you now know is possible. Between the tailored themes and lectures, to the myriad avenues of exploration through the channel points, to the customized ways to interact with me and the community, there simply has never been anything quite like this program. Now is usually the point in one of these self-help programs where it starts to sound like a sales pitch. Someone like me might normally say something like, "Listen, I know your time is precious. Let me cut to the chase." But there's only one problem with that. We know your time isn't precious. I could speak at length for hours and hours about absolutely nothing, and I still wouldn't be wasting your time because, well, you're here, looking for a fast, all-encompassing solution to the problems in your life that have become so intolerable, you're not sure what you're going to do. You may be considering any number of extreme decisions, ranging from short-term band-aids to more permanent solutions. However, as dark and bleak as your situation is, so too must our tools be bright and revolutionary. So whether you're tired and looking for more energy and enthusiasm for life, or maybe you're lonely and isolated but want better relationships, let me tell you that for these things and so much more, my breakthrough program of explorations to explore the universe and beyond really works. It's worked for elite performance athletes, critically acclaimed artists, best-selling authors, entrepreneurs, and for thousands of others just like you. I have been blessed by the universe for a brief moment that I now command upwards of $50,000 for speaking engagements. But through the technology of this program, you can hire me, Leslie Tanner, as your personal therapist, coach, and guru, all rolled into one at the Community of Devoted Light on patreon.com. Where you and thousands of others just like you are learning to leverage the chaos around them to catapult their lives to heights that were previously unimaginable. Here's how it works. I've created a tightly knit community where individuals seeking to access the next level are able to study, reflect, meditate, and grow with an ever-expanding library of exclusive materials, each containing life-changing tools and techniques designed to explore topics covered here in our call-in show, but much more deeply, therefore increasing the benefits of the program exponentially. These materials include your name in the credits at the end of the stream, demonstrating the importance of your leadership and the value of your investment. A signed personal postcard sent out each month full of observations and witticisms by me, Leslie Tanner. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Exclusive video materials now available to the poor, designed to rocket your progress past those who cannot afford success. Here's a little sneak peek at what you're missing. I have a dear friend who disappeared recently. Amber. She was a small, feminine lesbian. and she used to be obsessed with a short, trim lawn. There were so many reasons, she would tell me, that one should keep it as preened and pretty as possible. Looking back, she enjoyed the performance of it. Downloads of all specially crafted music used in our productions here and elsewhere that have accompanied your journey thus far. Tracks such as New Beginnings, Psychic Romance, Reaching into Darkness, or The Skeptic's Gamble. Exclusive archival prints such as these, channeled and honed by myself, Leslie Tanner, upon which you can guide your own meditations at home. I'm not an artist, nor do I claim to be. These visions are a burden and cause me immense suffering. But I do it for you. Now, you might expect that a program like this would cost thousands of dollars, but because I'm offering this to you through the internet, these life-transforming materials can be yours for the monthly cost of a few cups of coffee on your way to work. With access to these materials, regardless of your level of investment, you will also be receiving a complimentary download of our landmark track, The Sojourn Begins, as a thank you. So does this sound good to you? Well, what are you waiting for? If you are ready to join the thousands of others who have already committed to the final journey to access the next level, simply type Final Journey into the chat and you will be guided with further instructions. One thing I can promise you is that however massive your problems are, however abject and humiliating your life has become, I have created something so simple yet so profound in this program, you'll be absolutely flabbergasted by the results. Now, let's get back to the program. Namaste.
Namaste, explorers. Welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. That was a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Hopefully you found something there that clarifies whether you are called or not. Not all of you will be called to my inner circle. Not all of you can handle the effectiveness of the program materials available in that community. But for those that are called, for those that can taste, see, feel, and hear the next level, calling their name, that is the source of this call. That is where the conch shell, whatever it's called, is being sounded. Namaste to you. Also at youtube.com, I see a couple people saying, who is it? Middle Path said, well, the YouTube trigger program doesn't work tonight. I don't think the... Join. So it works. It works. So okay, I'm real quick. Everybody at YouTube, it works. That thing, that weird thing. I forgot who put the super chat up, but it was Joe William. But what happened is, I think sometimes when somebody uses a different currency on YouTube to do a super chat, YouTube will just like round it weird, and like the commands over here, I can fix it. I just got to go into it and do it. But what YouTube, when they round it down, it doesn't trigger the exact amount that's needed in order to trigger the thing. So it just kind of fucks up. It works still. And if I notice a super chat, the program still works. Just knit the computer. Yeah. If like Yeah, the stuff still works. The stuff still works. If you notice something else, though, not working from YouTube, let me know. Just say it in chat or send me a message on Discord or something, because I want to make sure everything works over there. YouTube, the YouTube commands are like a little weirder than the Twitch commands as far as the software that I use to animate all this shit. Middle Path? Did it work? What the fuck just happened? Why is it not working? Hold on. What the fuck is going on? Why is it not working? 2 USD. Hold on. Man, YouTube also doesn't have like a Twitch. When stuff happens on Twitch, there's a Twitch activity list, but YouTube doesn't have that, which is awesome. So I can't even. Middle Path? Did you just do a $2? Here, I'll do it manually though, and we're gonna open up the line in just a moment. My Twitch explorers, namaste. Namaste, and thank you for hanging out while I address my YouTube explorers. Middle Path, namaste. Middle Path said, really? I think in response to the fact that I said that it works. And so then I had to manually do that super chat thing, and we're gonna do a deep dive. I want to do a deep dive on the YouTube shit. Make sure this, yeah. But in the meantime, if I see something pop up, if I see a super chat pop up, I'll make sure I'll manually plug it in. That was a super chat? Yeah, super chat. Fucking dumb. Namaste, everybody. Well, welcome back to the program. Tonight we are exploring. Good things are good. The lines are back open. 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you tonight?
Hey, Leslie, it's Jenny. You're breaking up a lot.
Breaking up? What's going on? Is it dropping frames?
No, you sound good now.
Okay, Cooker Pie gifting 10 community subs from Cooker Pie right now. Namaste to Cooker Pie. Extremely generous of you. Namaste. Wow, beautiful. I am truly touched by how generous you're being this evening, and not just Cooker, but especially Cooker right now. 10 community subs is not a small donation, and I want you to know how much good work that we're going to put that to immediate use. Put that to immediate use. Namaste to you, Cooker Pie. Wow, generous beyond words, as I said. Jenny, how are we doing tonight, hon?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing, Les?
I'm doing wonderfully. I'm hanging in there, getting into the second half of the program. And the second half of the program is always a little, there's a little bit of a hitch in the giddy up sometimes, but I'm committed. I'm here and I'm ready. So what's up? We're talking about good things are good, Jenny. What does that mean to you?
Well, first, I just wanted to say something just as an aside. Somebody mentioned that New Hope is a very good space for Amelia, and I looked up. There is a lot of offerings out of Montgomery County for any type of support for gay and trans. And if FTAP, EPTEP offers assistance financially. There's a lot of things down in the area. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Interesting. Godspeed bringing up a really good point. Craig is still 1.5 times better at gifting. Just by the numbers, I am definitely more thankful to Craigulators for his gift, as opposed to the others who have gifted less. So still pretty sizable gratitude towards the others. But
when you think about it, Craig rocks.
Craigulators specifically, though, yeah, we're really doing tremendous work for us tonight. Simping for Leslie Tanner with a communal vision says, simping for Leslie Tanner, it's all good. I got bits. Middle Path. Namaste to you. Namaste to Middle Path. Switching over to Twitch. a little buy action between Twitch and YouTube. Middle Path jumping and switching teams. Whoa, you look at that, Jenny. It is time for a little bit of Jazz Express.
No, wait.
Yeah, how about this? I'll put a little bit of jazz, and you can talk about the offerings to gay and trans youth, that whatever the fuck you were talking about.
I'll talk about how Sebastian closed his eyes while you did your meditation.
Sebastian closes his eyes with his new medication. I don't understand.
No, your medication. It was. I had to sit back and I just watched, and he really closed his eyes. He went in.
So those of you that are unaware of what Jenny is referring to right now is, over the weekend on Saturday night, we'd have very special exploration with a meditation with Leslie Tanner, in which I and a visual sort of a video artist improvised guided meditations based on the calls of the callers that night, and the first up was Sebastian telling us a story and us putting together a meditation. So ultimately, what was Sebastian's opinion of the experience?
I asked him afterwards, and he said, I said, use your eyes closed. He said, yeah. And I'm like, wow. And he said, it felt good. And I said, wow, they taught you a lot of things over there, huh? I said, did you hear that he said namaste to you? He's a no, like a whole new, like, set.
I absolutely did.
Yeah.
He closed the call out with a namaste. And listen.
Can you imagine? He said it before that, too. Just when you were talking, I was wowed.
Yes, I know. Listen, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. The program works. And Sebastian is feeling exactly what that phrase means at this stage in his life.
It was so great. You know what? It had to take him getting his furniture from like the homeless shelter. It had to take him, not having food or I don't know, whatever it took, and the program worked. Yes, it does. He's the happiest I've seen him in 30 years.
Beautiful, and all thanks to the program Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Very beautiful. Listen. I don't necessarily take pride in the effectiveness of this program. It's just an inevitable quality of the program, given the lives that we have touched through the effectiveness of the tenets of the program itself. Now, so talk to me. Is Sebastian with you right now?
No, he's not. He is not. He went to the first day of work today at a new job.
How about that, huh? How about that?
TP Dubs, man.
And what's the new gig?
So he is tutoring high school people. He's running a program that tutors them in math. And he has 2 other job possibilities where he might be working at the place down here that is for autistic children and teaching them. And if he doesn't get that, then he'll also be working in a different teaching environment.
So what exactly is he tutoring? What's he teaching? What's going on?
So one would be math, one would be guiding the students in whatever way they need necessary to learn and calm down. He would have a class of 8 at the other job. And the other one would more or less, it would be, he studied, he's a teacher and he's in math, so it would have something to do with that as the last one, which would be the most successful, but I really want him to go work with the autistic children.
Yeah, love that. Love the autistic kids. They're a handful, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And, and it's when they're still cute. As soon as they get 18, you know how many programs there are for autistic people? Not shit. And so when they're young, there's all sorts of it's kind of cute, cute, and there's programs. But I mean, if I can tell you the number of
they're angry. They just start getting angry.
They start getting angry. They start throwing fists. They start getting upset. Except maybe you're one of the good ones, and you get on something like Love on the Spectrum or something, because then the people can treat you like a child still.
I'll tell you what, don't you love that show? I sure do.
I do. I love it. I love watching them interact and and say the things that they say, and it makes me feel good, like a good person, because I'm so accepting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Doesn't
that's
that feel
an
good?
angle. Yeah.
Like I feel like I get to grow, right? I'm not scared. I don't want to I don't necessarily think that they need to be lobotomized. I don't think that they should be put in a camp or something anymore. I'm seeing them and they're just
when
being,
they want to go to the zoo.
They're being little
lobotomized.
Exactly. Yeah. Put them in a zoo. Exactly. I don't feel that anymore. When I watch Love of the Spectrum, I'm like, you guys are you're not normal.
I said take them to the zoo, Leslie.
Oh, take them to the zoo. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I see
your
what you're
field
saying.
trip.
Different situation.
Right.
Clinton Does Improv. Namaste to you, Clinton. Shout out Clinton Does Improv, please. Could we please get a shout out for Clinton Does Improv rating? Namaste. Namaste to Clinton Does Improv for the huge fat ass cock of a raid from Clinton Does Improv. Blessings. Brother, how was that stream? Can you talk to me right now? Nigel Pennyweather, thank you so much for the bits. Not Mish, the bit.
He said, he brought up New Hope and Glean earlier. He said, cool dude, that Nigel. We're all waiting for our Nigel,
Yeah, Well, listen, you go ahead and talk to me about good things. How have you fucked something up in your life?
I'm going to tell you something good. You ready? I went and got my first phlebotomy. I got phlebotomized by my own accord today for the first time. And
okay, what did you say? I was playing jazz. I was channeling a sort of different vibration entirely. Continue. What were you saying?
I feel like there should be a one-way walkie-talkie so that when I call and you have to jazz, I don't get to hear it. You see, that's interesting. But I'm still jazzing. Still jazzing.
Well, Jenny jazzes, all right? Jenny is synonymous with jazzing. And I don't think anybody that watches this program could possibly deny that reality. So, so Jazzy Jenny, talk to me. What did you say? Because I wasn't listening.
Oh, I said that I got phlebotomized for the first time today. Super excited about it. And I think this is a new leaf that I'm going to turn over. I drove distances in the car. We're talking about over 3 hours of driving between the trips by myself.
Yeah. So you drove 3 hours to go get a lobotomy. And let me just say this. If I had a nickel for every woman in explorations that wanted a lobotomy, I'd have a lot of nickels. I'd have a pile of nickels. I'd be like a dragon with coins with gold, except I have nickels because I get a nickel every time I know a woman that wants a lobotomy. And I am so happy. Very feminist move, I would also argue. So you got a lobotomy. Talk to us about that.
I did not get a lobotomy yet, Leslie.
Oh, okay. We're sizing it up. We're maybe just... Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. I got a phlebotomy.
That's different.
So
That's different. Yep.
Yes, Leslie.
Okay, so that's a different thing entirely than what I was talking about. Yeah, so go ahead. Continue.
Right. So anyway, nothing. I just got blood taken out of my body so that I can regenerate. It's going to be great.
Regenerate. Regenerate what exactly?
I went in there, my blood. My blood.
Mm-hmm.
Phlebotomy is so old-timey, It's like the leeches when you have to get your blood taken out so that you can regenerate blood because your blood's trying to kill you.
Beautiful. And so your blood is in fact trying to kill you? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but the funny thing is, I've told you this before, it's like golden coins to other people because it's so full of iron and strong that other people want this blood.
They do. Well, listen, I know a lot of also, in addition, probably second place behind wanting lobotomies, I would say a lot of the women in explorations have an iron deficiency.
Well, that's because they get their periods.
Right. Well, that's definitely part of it. That's not helping the situation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, yes, iron deficiency. And guess what? My big mistake was taking iron supplements the whole time. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't know. So I was so tired. Little did I know, I had all the iron. You want iron? I got it for you. It ain't no thing.
Beautiful. Well, listen. So, guys, if anyone's in chat looking for iron, head up Jenny. Jenny's got some blood for you. And so, if you were, can you mail your blood? I don't know, how does that work?
I mean, I'll mail anything.
Look at that.
I'll mail anything if the price is right. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Or like a handwritten letter or something. I don't care. I'll send blood for that.
So okay. So officially, we're saying, I don't think there's anything about the TOS that, and they say we can't, sell like sexual stuff in the chat on Twitch, but this says nothing about selling blood.
Sexual.
It says nothing
Not
about selling
sexual.
blood. Yeah, the blood in this situation, not sexual. Twitch admins,
Not
take
at all.
note. Now I'm gonna say blood donation is known as pyramid scheme for Dracula and his minions. My doctor can have my blood out of my cold dead body. Fuck needles, says Azazel55. Any response to that, Jenny?
Interesting. I didn't let a doctor do it, so that's going to be tip number 1.
Okay. Yeah.
No doctors.
Strong. Yeah. I mean that's. Yeah, that's a theme here. That's a theme here.
Yeah, no doctors. This was on my own accord. They use a huge needle, I'd like to say.
Sure.
To the point where it made me recognize they're getting something done here. And she also timed how long it took me to pour that much blood out.
Sure. Yeah.
Which I thought that was neat. And she was off by 2 seconds. And she said that she's going to start playing horses.
She's going to start playing what?
Horses, which I don't agree with. I don't agree with betting on horses. But she was 2 seconds off.
How about that? How did that?
For the amount she was looking for. Yeah.
So when you give blood, Jenny.
Yeah.
When you give blood, how are you feeling afterward?
I gotta tell you, I thought I was going to be. They kept having to take my blood pressure. They need to make sure that I don't know what. But I had a little bit of a panty on the way, sure, because I was running late.
Panty
it was
being
raining.
panic attack.
Right, but it wasn't a full on. I've told you about my full on.
Right.
And this is just an easy, breezy one.
Right, just get it out of the way.
Breathing. Right.
Well,
and I did deep. What's that?
You go ahead, girl. You keep going.
All I want to tell you is they took it was skyrocketed, and I said, just give me a minute,
Right.
And I did deep breathing exercises. I thought of the program, where do I want to be in my life? What am I doing right now? I grounded myself in the program, saw the future, and they came back in and they're like, holy moly, your blood's your blood is perfect, because they checked my hemoglobin. I was like, that's what's up. And they're like, and now your blood pressure is. I was like, go ahead and drain me. Drain it.
Drain me.
And just like I told you the first time, guys.
Yeah.
And I didn't get aggravated. And then I don't know that this is going to be my new thing. I'm going to be the one that tries to drain my blood the fastest.
So how are you going to train for that? Bit Wars, affirmation for women real quick. Listen, there are so many things that you can be good at regardless of... hold on. We gotta take another swing at the affirmation for women. I want to make it real nice for women.
Nice.
Braiding the rope of your life. That was solid.
That's it?
That was it. Bit Wars, namaste to you.
I'm gonna chew on that one a while.
Any women in the chat could respond? How'd that go? What depth did you feel in that? Cougar Pie, Communal Vision. Was your blood draw fast or slow? Usually a high iron level means it'll be slow.
It went at a fine speed. Like I said, I hydrated, and I actually, I don't know. I think what she felt like it was juicy. So I have not read, because I'm a researcher. that blood will drain faster with iron in it. I mean, blood is iron. But I told her next time I'm trying to drop down by a minute. I am.
A minute. And what'd she say when you said that?
She said, "Let's do it, girl." And we made the next appointment.
Ooh, so you had a nice little Spice Girls moment with her.
No, absolutely. She came in, and I was like, "I told you I'd drop my blood pressure. Ain't no thing." And we laughed.
Yeah, normally
together.
I don't like that sort of thing, and I kind of discourage it. But I think in this situation,
the girl power.
Yeah. I think in this situation, this is something. This is such a weird thing that you're talking about, and I think it's okay.
There was one thing that I did get a little nervous about since it was two women. She told me at the end of it to just like hold my arm and bend it up, and I thought that the enormous needle that she had put in, by the way, if you guys want to get phlebotomized, it's a huge needle. And I thought this bitch left the damn thing in. I did, Leslie.
Wow, thanks so much for sharing. Thanks so much for sharing, Jenny. I've gotten that needle. One time they went through the vein in my arm. I used to donate plasma pretty regularly. And
I saw this old man he was doing it. Did you?
What?
Did you do that on purpose, or were you doing it for $60?
I was doing it for money.
Wow.
Yeah, I was donating plasma for money, and they went through my vein. But
all the way through?
Yeah, they went all the way through my vein, and then I was swollen and bruised from my shoulder to my wrist. It was pretty gnarly. My tuba teacher at the time was pretty pissed off at me.
Tuba?
Yeah, my tuba teacher at the time. He was basically just like, "You fucking idiot."
You played tuba too?
Yeah, I played the tuba. Well, listen, Jenny, this has been a great call. I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah.
So good things are good. The speed at which you're giving blood is really terrific. And Sebastian, brother, it's so good to hear. Tell him that we're all cheering for him and we're excited about the work that he's doing with these autistic kids.
Big Al, it was really cute how he closed his eyes and he went into it. I was like, there you go. Namaste.
I mean, this isn't an accident. This is an effective personal power program. Namaste, Jenny.
Namaste, brother.
Oh, Craigulator says, I love Jen. Tell her that I love her.
Craig, DM me, brother. I love you too, Craig.
All right, namaste.
Namaste.
Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you tonight?
It's Michaela, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, but since we are talking about good things, there is one more good thing I wanted to say.
Michaela, let it rip.
You mentioned you listen to Death Grips.
I indeed, yes.
I got to see them live, and there
That
was
is a
something
good
bad
thing.
that happened. There is something bad that happened when I saw them, which is I was dressed as a clown, and I had a sip of a shooter outside the venue, and they wouldn't let me into the bathroom, and I got sick, and I threw up in a trash can dressed as a clown, but I still had a good time.
So you still somehow managed to there's a good thing in your life, and you made it complicated, and you fucked it up.
Yes.
Yep.
But I think Death Grips is a good thing.
Death Grips is a good thing. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you there. We're 100% on the same page. I think I never saw them live, but I enjoy their music a great deal, and that sounds like it would be a very fun show. Did you actually get to see them perform, or did it get weird in the fact that you were dressed like a clown kind of fucked it up?
I was not the only clown there. No, I had a great time. And if you like them, you should listen to Machine Girl. Okay.
I also like I like Machine Girl.
You do? I
Mhm.
love Machine Girl.
I'm not as familiar with Machine Girl, but I do like that. I'm trying to think of when I listened to Machine Girl. I don't remember, but I did at one point. And I post a link in Discord.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that was all.
All right. Namaste, Michaela.
Namaste.
Namaste. A little double tap from Michaela. Good things are good tonight on Explorations. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you?
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Awesome, good. Well, hey, what's someone I can call you? My name is Leslie. This is Explorations. How are? What's your name?
My name is Eamon.
Eamon. That's that. You were. I think you're the first person named Eamon I've ever met in my life.
Really? Yeah, I know. It's a very rare name. Unless you're an Arabic kid, it's a very common name in Arabic.
Are you Arabic?
Like around those parts. No, I'm not. I am Irish though.
So that's interesting. Well, I imagine there's Irish Arabic people, but well, this you so are you like a white Irish?
Yeah, white Irish.
White
Really
Irish
pale Irish.
with an Arabic name. How'd that happen?
My brother, his name's Wyatt, and he wanted to call me Wyatt the Second until he was praying, and he said amen. He said we should name him that. So technically, my brother named me.
Really? That is a story. That's an interesting story.
Yeah.
Amen. That's now. So Amen, first of all, is this your first time calling? I think this is, right?
Yes, it is.
Amen. First of all, welcome to Explorations. Guys, we have a first time caller right now. Can we get some namaste in the chat for Amen right now? This is a big deal. Whenever we get a first time caller here, it's a very exciting moment here at Exploration. So Amen, how did you find us here, Amen?
I just was scrolling. Found this.
Scrolling through Twitch or YouTube or what?
Twitch.
Just looking through the, was it Just Chatting?
Yeah.
Looking through Just Chatting. And what were you looking for on Just Chatting?
I don't know, just something random.
Just something random. And you know what? I here's the thing. That randomly, you have kind of stumbled upon the most effective personal power program in the country, Amen. And I'm not somebody who believes in coincidences when it comes to stuff like this. You say random, but I think this is anything but random. I think that this program, is an extremely effective personal power. It's not for everybody, but it is true. I have transformed the lives of thousands with the simple yet profound tools of this personal power program.
Oh, really?
Really?
That sounds really interesting.
It is very interesting. So tell me, well, listen, we'll stick around the theme a little bit, Eamon. I don't know how long you've been watching the program tonight, but tonight we're exploring good things are good. Now, Eamon, the reason that we are discussing this, because that seems like a simple thing, right? Good things are good.
Yeah.
But the reason we're taking a look at that tonight is because for a lot of people in our community here, and I would argue at just human beings in general, have a hard time having something good happen in their life and not fuck it up. Now, Eamon, tell me, just off the top of your head, can you think of a situation where something good was about to happen or you had something good for a second and you fucked it up?
Let me think. That is a very nice question. A lot. But if I had to say, okay, I got this. I think one summer, it was really hot. Hundreds, stuff like that. Super hot. And so my brother gets an AC. I get a fan. It's fine. I don't really care.
Sure.
I have that fan for a good 2 weeks. And then my friend who come over to sleep over dared me $20 to punch the fan, and it started to smoke. And I couldn't use it no more. So that is something that
were you
happened.
fucked up?
Yeah.
So, were you drunk or high or some mixture?
A mixture.
Mixture, and they said, I'll give you $20 if you fucking punch this appliance.
Yep.
And tell me, what mindset-wise, right at that moment, what were you thinking? What were you feeling? Were you just kind of like, woo-hoo, who cares? Let's just do silly stuff? Or were you like, do you feel challenged at that moment?
$20 is $20. That's basically it. I mean,
yeah, that's true. That's when you don't have $20, $20 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, but was it worth it overall? You destroyed the fan. It was hot as shit.
No, it was definitely not worth it.
Definitely not worth it. Definitely not worth it. Interesting. So at this moment, there was a conflict. That's what we in therapy, I'm a therapist. So what we in therapy call a conflict, right? We have conflicting ideas of good in this situation. On one hand, we have the good of this fan. The fan bringing a sort of breeziness and coolness to the room that otherwise would be, very absent. But then on the other hand, you're fucked up with your friend and you're trying to have a good time. And the allure of doing something kind of retarded is just calling your name. The sweet nectar of doing something just destructive for the sake of it is calling your little name. Eamon, come fuck something up. Eamon, come fuck something up. And you listen.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it would break at the time, but you really never know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, how hard did you punch it?
I mean, I punched pretty good.
Are you a boxer? You a fighter?
No, not really.
But still, I mean, you must have put something into it. Those things don't just break.
Yeah.
Start smoking. That's kind of cool. That's also just kind of cool.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you just couldn't, the competing ideas of good, and in retrospect, it was clearer, right? It was you could see what you had done more clearly at that moment.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were just talking to somebody earlier named Jonathan about his alcoholism, and pound for pound, he's getting a pretty good deal out of his alcoholism.
Yeah.
Like we spent about 15 minutes getting into the positives of his alcoholism. He described the feeling of being drunk as the greatest feeling he's ever experienced, and he never wants it to end. Then we went through the bad parts, the embarrassing parts, the annoying parts, the destructive parts of alcoholism, and they didn't sound as bad as the good was good.
Yeah.
So I think in this situation, you had some competing ideas that needed to be sorted out, and you made the wrong call. Also, in retrospect, how does that feel to think about like that?
I mean, I was just having fun with my friend, and I guess fucked up. Basically. Yeah, my parents got really mad at me at the time.
I'll bet. How old were you at the time?
Around like 17.
So they're probably, old enough for that kind of shenanigan to be even more obnoxious to them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring an ice pick over there just to farm. Can you craft me just a book?
Who's in the background over there?
Oh, that's my friend.
Your friend? Is it the same friend?
No.
Different friend.
Yeah.
Is this friend do the same kind of stuff as that other friend, though?
Nah. Me and the other friend kind of grew apart a lot. It just happens. We kind of moved, so.
Wow, Eamon. So listen, Eamon. My white Eamon. I want you to,
Yeah.
I'm not, as a therapist, I'm not here to try to tell you what to do. I'm not here to try to tell you to do positive things that positively affect your life. No. Because I know the statement that good things are good is actually much more complicated. In the moment, you might not know what that gooder thing is when you have that, what we call as a conflict. You might have to fuck up your life to understand what is good.
Yeah.
So let's find another thing to fuck up in your life. What's going on? What kind of job do you have?
I'm a construction worker.
Okay. So hard work, tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In these hot summer days.
Mm-hmm. And could you, what's a way you could fuck it up?
Breaking a wall down that I'm not supposed to.
Like a sledgehammer or something?
Getting fired. Yeah, something like that.
Would that be fun?
I mean, yeah, it would be absolutely fun.
Maybe show up fucked up and do something like that.
Yeah, that sounds something I should do.
I don't believe that you believe that, but what I'm trying to do is trying to shake something loose right now. Or this program could be very effective if taken really truly to heart and brother, listen.
They are very far from our.
We need to introduce something destructive into your life. That is what my heart says.
Oh, yeah. I do have plans to go to a rage room in a couple of days, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, we'll get that going. Go to the rage room and get some energy going because I was just speaking to a homeless gay explorer just a moment ago, and it has been a while since I had talked to anyone as alive. Right now, what I hear from you is like, I think we need to introduce we need to destroy something in your life, and in order to sort of really pull things into focus. I don't know if it's a job thing. I don't know if there's a relationship we can sabotage, but something. This is going to be your path forward. I can see.
Yeah.
See, listen, even just that, yeah. Like, we desperately need something here. We need to, we need to get a baseball bat and start swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, exactly. Do you hear this in your voice right now?
A little bit.
Exactly, a little bit. It's the beginning, and that little bit's going to save your life. That little bit is going to save your life. Go to this rage room and hold on to something, okay? Break some shit, yeah, but hold on to that and take that to, maybe go get some food afterward, knock some shit off the table. Maybe physically assault the server. Maybe, I'm just brainstorming right now, but you are in desperate need of something, okay? Constructing. Your whole life is constructing, responsibly, building. We need to destroy. We need to get you in some destruction work. Amen.
Yeah, that seems fun.
See, we got to do something. You're fading with me right now.
Nightmares are a real number.
Thank you so much. Naked Comedy, welcome. Namaste to the Raiders. Welcome to Explorations. Namaste to you. Bless you.
Bless you.
Now, listen, Eamon, go to this rage room. Can you give me a call back after the rage room?
Yes, I will.
And we're going to, because if the rage room doesn't work, then we just got to give you some fucking horse adrenaline or something.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, well, White Eamon, I really appreciate your presence tonight, and good luck in the rage room, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
See ya.
Namaste. I hope he calls back. I really genuinely hope he calls back. I think this program could have a really positive effect. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you today?
Hey, Guru. How you doing? It's Psyduck.
Psyduck. Namaste. Psyduck, you're going to be our final caller for the night.
Oh, how lovely.
I know, right? Well, talk to me, Psyduck. What brings you in tonight? Of course, we're exploring. Good things are good on Explorations. And I know you've been in the chat for a minute, seeing all these calls. What's going on? What are you thinking right now?
You know, I've just been absorbing as I do. You know, good things are good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's been a good exploration tonight.
Right. Has it triggered any thoughts and feelings in your mind in specific, in a specific way at all?
You know, it has made me reflect on you know, what has been good over the past couple months, and you know, I think working the program is one of those things, and that certainly has been good. Other than that, you know, just life is good in general. You know, the work is okay. Going to be doing some traveling later in the month.
Where are you going to?
Going to San Diego.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
Yeah, and going to Comic-Con.
Comic-Con in San Diego. And who are you hoping to see, huh?
I'm not hoping to see anybody. Unfortunately, I will be working.
Oh, that's right. You're working. You're working. It's gonna be shitty. Stone Monster 400 with the communal vision. Thank you so much, Stoney. Stone Monster saying the program fucking works. Just, brother, I cannot tell you how thankful I am for you. Stone Monster 400, namaste to you. The program fucking works.
Stone Monster, so true.
Now. Okay, so the everything seems fine, right? The job is fine. Things are going fine. Your tone of voice is fine. I think part of it is it's getting a little bit late, right? We're getting a little bit sleepy, huh?
Well, I mean, it's 10 p.m. or almost 10 p.m. on the West Coast, so you know, not quite as late as it is there in Chicagoland. But
right,
you know,
it's almost midnight here.
I would say, yeah, you know, fine good is often a fine line, if you will. You know, but yeah, I think you should often lean towards the side of good rather than fine.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Leaning towards good instead of fine. Talk to me about that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, recently I've been when you are in a state of constant, you know, bullshittery, or what have you. I think, you know, I don't know. At least me. I know sometimes it doesn't always jive with the program, but just personally been trying to lean towards, you know, a little bit more of positivity in certain situations than wallowing in the continual, you know, depths of shitness.
Sure.
But it's always good to wallow. It's always good to wallow. You know, it's certainly something that you must do in order to move forward. But I feel like you know, sometimes you just gotta give yourself the little Celsius boom. You know, the boom.
Well, listen, I think the Celsius boom. I love the idea of a Celsius boom. I really do. I think I like a nice Celsius boom every now and again. It really adds a color and energy to my life. I'd love to work with Celsius. By the way, if there's a representative from Celsius, or if you know somebody at the Celsius company, I'd love to work with them. Either you, Psyduck, or anyone in chat right now, if anyone has any contact with anyone at the Celsius company, please put me in touch with them. I'd love to work with them. I'd love to I think we've got we could have a nice relationship, a very fruitful relationship between the two of us. So
I do not personally, but I do feel like that is a powerful expansion of the program. I feel like having a a tasteful silhouette of yourself on a can, with the boom, Celsius boom on there. So maybe to kick it back to you, Leslie, if you were to say a representative was to come to you, what would be your flavor of choice of Celsius? A new flavor, a new explorations flavor. What would that be?
Can I meditate on that for a moment?
Absolutely.
The post office should have a hangout area. I would kill political officials to achieve this end.
Excuse me. Do we feel like it would be...
Hold on. I'm almost there.
Okay.
Mindfulness has been a scourge upon the minds and spirits of Western culture. You couldn't have designed a better contagion in 1,000 Wuhan labs, a better torture device in 1,000 KGB black sites.
Demon, welcome. I would have to go with like a yuzu and oak.
Yuzu and oak.
Yuzu and oak, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, thanks so much for calling in, Psyduck. It's been a really great call.
All right.
Namaste. Well, that was our... Guys, that is another exploration for us. Namaste. Tonight we explored good things are good, and what a beautiful stream it has been for us. Namaste to everyone that's been with us for the entirety of the stream.
The feeling
Blessings.
that we are part of something, going somewhere. There is no better drug on earth. Definitely better than whatever my friends and patients are ODing on.
Got a lot of people are ODing. And a much better drug would be like politics, like voting or something. The idea that voting is going to do something. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for the beautiful exploration tonight. Thank you to all people that were here. I see so many usernames have been here the whole time. Over at YouTube, guys, thank you so much for hanging with the little system. I'm going to tweak that, make sure everything's good to go for Thursday. Thank you for being with us, Spherinder, and also Middle Path, and also Joe William, and also everyone at Twitch also, guys. You know I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Also all the Raiders, Naked Comedy, Clint does improv, Space Cat, you didn't raid today, but namaste anyway to Space Cat. Appreciate you being here. Namaste, everybody. Beautiful stream. We'll be back Thursday. Thank you to my mods, and thank you to my community of devoted light, my inner circle. The most effective way to support this program over at the community of devoted light at patreon.com. I'll drop that link in the chat one more time. Go and click that for some instructions how you can get the exclusive materials. But guys, anyway, we'll be back Thursday night with a brand new exploration with Leslie Tanner. Really fun and exciting stuff planned for We'll be doing a mail night on Thursday, and we'll be announcing the next Explorer of the Month for July 2025. Of course, this month, for the final time, let's go ahead and shout this guy out. Final shout out for June 2025, Explorer of the Month. Let's make sure he can, wherever he is, he can feel it. Larry Pickle Jar. Sweet Larry. The mods and I are discussing right now who will be the next Explorer of the Month, and we will make our announcement Thursday, July 3rd. Now, who's on, huh? Who's on? Who's on? Let's put a little raid together, huh? Let's put a nice little raid together for somebody. Who should we raid? Is Luke on? Oh, Vectroid's on. Also, is Luke on? Oh, Luke's so high on my list now, huh? Luke is so high on my list of who's online now because he's such a big shot. Because the Luke man's such a big... No, that's great. I'm glad people are watching it. He's very talented and funny. Let's raid the Luke man. It's been a while. Oh, he's doing Fortnite talk show. Namaste. Of course, Grandpa Liquor. Blessings and namaste to you. Now, guys, we'll be back Thursday with a brand new exploration. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and take this energy of excitement and clarity and warmth over to the one and only, the Luke man. The Luke man. Friend of the stream, explorer, the Luke man. I love working with him. It's been great to watch his career here at Twitch grow so quickly and so vastly because of the work that he's done here with me in the program. Toast hates Luke man. That's right. Isn't the Luke man an enemy? Fram, thank you for bringing that up. Well, Toaster is definitely not watching. As much as he says he's watching always, he's definitely not watching now. He is an official enemy of the Wuku Nation. Yes, he is. Does he ever go into details about why? Toaster's got weird. He's a complex guy. He's hard to predict what he's gonna like and not like. You know what I mean? Well, you're about to find out who Luke is. The Luke man. He's doing the Fortnite talk show right now on his stream. Well, guys, we'll be back. We'll be back on Thursday with a brand new exploration. Blessings and namaste to all of you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys all very soon. Namaste.